Oh, it's a video of a dog going down a slide.
Let me know when we're live.
Yeah.
Because also I was eating.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. So I said my first preface about which are generally being careful. The other thing is, in my excitement, I'm sure I've told you guys that there's a vampire involved. I'll keep it vague in case I haven't. So obviously that's out of character. In character, you actually wouldn't know. So just keep that in mind. That you guys obviously wouldn't know that. Okay, fine. So all three of you have had your flavor text. So all three of you, I won't say it because a lot of you have individual things, but you basically all come to this village. And the only thing which you kind of all share, which I'll just mention, is that all three of you have heard mournful sobbing, basically kind of echoing throughout the village. It's definitely quiet, this village. Sunny, on your way out from Death House, you didn't really see anybody. You two did see some kind of villagers as you were coming up to the tavern, but not many. All the shops are boarded up. There's kind of claw marks covering a lot of the walls. The weather's like very... If you imagine like constant like twilight almost, like it's all kind of like very dark and brooding. Okay then, so I'm going to move you guys over. We'll do the token reveal. So you can see all of the village. I can't bother to hide it.
Oh.
So you guys are at E2. You can see a stumpy Xyril there who's actually inside. You've met Xyril before, Sunny. I don't know if you want to give like a quick rundown of what Xyril looks like. I know he's wearing his fancy stuff.
Yeah, so Xyril... Yeah, and I'm probably going to... I can't get into it yet, so I'll have to see what he looks like later. But taller than that. He's a tiefling, male tiefling, and with a basically 19 years old. At the moment, he's wearing basically... He's got his waistcoat, he's got his trousers, he's got his shoes, but he's also wearing a sort of dinner jacket and a top hat in addition.
Does he rock it? Or does he look like a twat?
Oh yeah, no, he wears it with style, definitely.
Cool.
And he knows it as well.
Sure. Okay, awesome. So Sunny's already inside the tavern. So what we'll do is I'm just going to kind of put you guys in order. So Dan, you're going to be the next person to basically... So Sunny's already inside, and then as Dan walks in, I'll tell you what you can both see. So this is the flavor text of the tavern. A single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood of the Vine Tavern. It's about 60 foot. It's quite like a sort of large... it looks kind of like shabby. Again, like everything in this town looks like quite run down, quite beat up. So, Dan, you walk in, and I'm just going to reveal your guy. Boom.
There he is.
So...
He?
It is a he, yep. How do I give people permissions again for tokens? Oh, I see the cog. Sorry,
The cog, yeah.
So, Dan, do you want to describe your guy?
So, this is Eirril, and he is... I guess he kind of has his hood up most of the time. He's in quite classy robes. And, yeah, he's got his scimitar on his back, his crossbow on his back. He's pretty kitted out. And, yeah, he doesn't draw too much attention to himself. I guess should I just go into his backstory, or...?
I wouldn't, because this is just like...
he's sorry, half-elf.
Half-elf, okay.
Probably like in his 20s sort of thing.
Okay.
Cool. So, since you two are both in the tavern, I'll quickly describe the other occupants of the tavern. So, there is a sort of pudgy little man behind... I'm sorry, it says I've got to say pudgy. Just zoom in real quick. I don't know if there's a character token for this guy. Oh, there isn't, actually. Sorry, so you won't see him.
Do we not have a tavern interior either?
A what?
Like a
inside
map
of
the
the
tavern
Oh,
interior.
you do not, actually, unfortunately. So,
Oh, no. I have to imagine.
You have to imagine it, I'm afraid, yeah.
Is it roomy?
It's quite roomy, it's quite large. A blazing fire in the hearth gives scant warmth, so it is a bit chilly inside.
Right.
So yeah, you see the pudgy sort of little man. He's wearing very drab, brownish sort of clothing. He's just sort of cleaning glasses behind the sort of the counter. And you see three people who are... I'll reveal these ones, actually. Three women.
These people get tokens. All right.
They do indeed, yeah. Boom.
Oh.
They're generic tokens, Sonny. Don't worry.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, no custom sprites. Okay.
Oh,
No, not yet,
Always-
not yet.
Always be aware of the custom sprites.
yeah.
So you see three people. So they're very colourfully dressed. And Dan and Dom, I'll say this to you: the scant few people you saw in town were very similar to the bartender. They're very like drab, very brownish, kind of raggedy clothes. So these three stand out a fair bit.
Mm.
And finally, you see a man in the corner, and he's not quite as dressed up. Oh, actually, I do have a thing for this guy, so I'll show you it. Yes, we get to use the thingy. All right, can you guys see this? And hopefully you can just see the picture.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I won't be able to yet, but yeah,
Yeah.
see it in the recording.
So
Have you tried a different browser?
Sorry?
Have you tried a different browser?
No, I haven't. I might do that.
Give it a bash.
It's not getting me anyway.
Mine didn't work on Chrome for like the first few months we played.
Yeah, I'll try something else then. So did you guys just see the picture?
Yeah,
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, that's perfect. So yep, you see him. He's not quite as dressed up as the others, but you can tell, it's like a very nice jacket and all that. Right. So then the next person to walk in is Dom.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
This is Jafar. He's a
Oh my god.
He's
Let
a
me get.
hulking-
Is your token Jafar?
It is not Jafar.
It's not
It's something
Jafar.
even better than Jafar.
It's not Jafar. He doesn't even look like Jafar. Unfortunately, though he does have a moustache. He's got a moustache and a big beard. He's a hulking man beast, a Goliath from the mountains. He doesn't, not by intention, he sticks out pretty much wherever he is. He wears no shirt, and pretty much just like a loincloth and leg warmers. Leg warmers are quite furry. He has 2 hand axes on his side, and a large pitchfork over his back.
Bringing back the pitchfork.
Oh,
He
it's
struggles
easy
to get through the doorway. He clambers through the doorway, walks up to the bar and orders some chicken.
Okay, cool. So we'll do Dom's bit first, since Dom's actually doing something. So Dom, you approach the bar, and the guy doesn't even really acknowledge that you're there. He just carries on cleaning glasses. So I don't know if you want to, obviously say anything.
Jafar does a big huff, and sort of drapes his arm on the table, which makes a big bang because his arms are fucking. He's fucking built as shit. Jafar's big, and he inquires, "Where the chicken? Where the chicken at?"
Okay, so the guy slowly turns and looks at you. Sorry, I have to look here. let me bring Skype over because this is confusing. So the guy slowly turns and looks up at you, and he's still like cleaning his glasses, and he just says, "We don't do food here." And then he looks down and carries on cleaning.
Fucking service in this place. Jafar spits.
He doesn't react at all. He just carries. He slowly turns to the thing, wipes it with a cloth, and then he turns back and he carries on doing the glasses.
Okay, that's fine. Jafar's just gonna go around.
Like, I've just seen your token.
So I don't know if the other two, if you want to do anything. It's very quiet in here, so you would probably hear this.
My token is not like. Can it not be like stretched up a bit?
But then you're like
Now you're mad.
way taller, yeah. So there's no like middle ground.
That can't be.
I
That's
can't do it.
That's
I will
way
we'll
better
keep you
than-
not stumpy.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. So where am I then? Am I just sitting at the bottom of the bar?
you are all in the tavern, yeah. And so you've all kind of seen each other go in. Dom has gone up and asked the guy for chicken, and he's just said, "We don't do food here."
Okay.
I'm going to go up to Jafar and say, "Look, if you're looking for some food, I think I could help you out there." And whip out some rations.
My friend.
Look, if you're starving for some of those micronutrients, I can help you out.
I don't know what the fuck a micronutrient is, but I've never needed a meal more than right now.
I'm gonna pipe up as well. So I'm gonna don't suppose you've got any more of those?
I've got enough to save the world with this.
My kind of man.
Saving the world. Fancy yourself a hero.
You could say so. I'm Eirril. I put out my hand.
Eirril. Any man who gives me food is a friend of mine. Jafar shakes his hand.
And I do the same to
Oh.
Sonny.
Oh. That's some Xyril.
Well met, Xyril.
You too.
So are you guys new around town or?
Sort of. Mostly.
Sort of.
I've been here for about 1 day.
Okay.
I've been here for about 1 day and 6 hours.
Blimey.
Just rolled into town.
Yeah,
So at this point, so Sonny, can you see the Ismark thing? I'll kind of push it again to your screen.
No, I didn't see what you showed.
Alright.
I didn't. See the
I
pop-up
pushed
thing.
like another thing. Can you see it?
It's like a poster.
I don't know how it appears to you. I'm hoping it's come up.
Yeah.
it's
It's like the scroll.
Cool. So that guy, obviously you don't know his name, even though I think it says it on the thing. But that guy, he stands up from the corner and he comes over to you guys. He says, "Oh, you forgive me. I overheard you speaking. You said you were travellers. Are you new in town?
Yes.
What brings you to Barovia?"
Myths and legends.
He kind of looks expectantly at Xyril and Jafar.
Well, I was kind of brought here by some creepy mist stuff.
You saw the creepy mist too. Creepy mist seems to be a running theme. I'm here looking for someone.
Oh.
Right. Well, I mean, please come over. I'll, let me get some drinks going. You can't have food without drinks.
Oh, drinks. I trust
Will you join me at my table?
Not going to say no to food or drink.
Food and drink.
You can get food here.
You can't get food, but I can get you yourself some drinks.
I'll supply
Fine.
the food. You supply the drink.
So he kind of ushers you over to sort of his table, and I presume all three of you are going to sit down.
Oh yeah.
And he goes up to the barkeep, and he says, "Eric, 4 drinks for my friends and I." And the guy again. So I guess all three of you would probably hear this or see it. He is sort of slowly wiping his glasses, and then he looks up, and he says, "How much are drinks in D&D?"
Is that what he says? That's a really weird one.
What's a D&D?
10 silver.
Yeah.
Should we say 10 silver total? There's a gallon here too. All right, he'll just look up slowly and say 10 silver pieces. And the man, who you don't know his name yet, takes out silver pieces. He gives it. Eric takes it, and he slowly reaches under, takes it out. His movement was almost like a bit jerky, if you can imagine that. And he puts 4 glasses on, and then he immediately picks up the glass he was kind of cleaning before, and he carries on cleaning it. So the man comes over to you guys, and he hands out your drinks, and he says, "My name is Ismark. We don't often get strangers in Barovia."
Well,
Seems a
You
bit
must
like
not-
a ghost town now.
Yes, you'll have to forgive the locals. They've well, let's not get into that now. Let's drink to new friends.
sure. Why not?
Okay, so he kind of holds his cup out to you guys.
Yeah, I'll
New friends
I'll
and new
clink it.
adventures.
He says, "I don't know about adventures, friend, but I'm always happy to meet travellers." Okay, so he takes a big swig of his drink, and he kind of puts his cup down, and he looks around at all three of you, and he especially looks at you, Jafar, because obviously you're quite like a big, strapping fella.
I took a tiny little sip.
Oh really? Oh, okay. Did you cheers him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So then he kind of leans in. He says, "My friends, I must confess, my reasons for talking to you were not entirely selfless.
Oh, you piece of shit.
That's fine. Most people don't. That's pretty much the case for most people.
So he says, well, he says, I'm having a bit of trouble. You see, recently, my father died. And I need to take my sister out of this town. I need to take her to the next town over. And nobody in this town will help me. I mean, you've seen for yourself what people are like, I imagine. And it would really mean a lot to me if you guys could help me out.
You mean we can leave this town?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
able to open the gate?
So, sorry, I should clarify something before we move on. So, I'm going to show you guys the world map really quickly.
Ooh.
And this will make stuff clear. I don't think it's too spoilery to show you stuff. So, you might have to zoom out. It's quite large. Okay, so if you go all the way over to the right, and you see E, that's the village of Barovia. Can you guys see that? I'm going to pinging it.
Just trying to.
Yeah.
Okay,
See it
everyone
right
see that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep. I see it. Yep.
Cool. So you guys are in the village of Barovia. So where you entered, can you see a bit over to the right is B?
Fuck me.
So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't know that. I didn't have access to this world map when we did Death House. So B is where you entered, and you would have come.
Wait, Haiss,
I mean, you.
I don't
Yeah, go
think
on.
we can see letters.
I don't
Oh,
have
no,
the B,
I
no.
can't-
Okay,
I don't
sorry.
see letters.
Also,
Can you-
also at the tavern, we didn't see the letters. So I don't know.
Oh really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
fine. It's just. Can you guys see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah, we got
Just
the
ping
ping.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah, I
that's
can
where
see
you
the ping,
guys. That's where you guys entered, and then
That
you
was
were
big scary.
surrounded by the mists, and you ended up here in the village of Barovia.
That's Death House. Okay.
So no, I'll show you where Death House is. Another little retcon, because you guys would have seen this. You would have seen the town of Barovia before, wouldn't you? Or village rather. So if we swing back over, right. So can you guys all
That's,
see the map?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this, can you see where I'm pinging?
Yeah.
This is where Death House was. Again, I couldn't see it before when I didn't have all the maps, but that's.
Oh, so
Oh,
we're
right.
still in the town of Death House.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
sorry. Yes. So this bit here is where Death House is, and then obviously
Oh my.
over here.
Yeah. I've not actually been able to leave since I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sonny,
You're
you
a bit-
did try and go all the way back up to that gate, and then.
Yeah.
Oh
obviously-
god.
I didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Because okay.
Okay.
So,
So, sorry,
yeah. So you're able to open that gate. I tried opening that gate last night. Wouldn't open.
He says to leave Barovia. You tried to leave Barovia.
Well, of course.
He kind of. I need to get you guys back on Skype. It's weird not being able to see you. So he kind of like looks around and like looks up a bit, and he says, "No one leaves Barovia. We can't leave.
How
Once
do
you're
you,
here, you stay."
how do you suspect
I've
us
noticed.
to leave then?
He says, "Well, the town is within Barovia. It's to the west."
No one leaves Barovia, as in like the.
So sorry. Okay, I should clarify. 'cause
Oh,
it's a
we
bit-
said a
so
town. Yeah.
the land is called Barovia, and you guys are in
Oh.
the village of Barovia, which is just a town.
I
So you can leave this town.
Oh, so he wants to leave the town. Okay.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
problem.
exactly, yeah. And so he goes on. He says, so there's a settlement to the west of here called Valaki, and it's a long way away, and it's dangerous to travel on these roads, as you can well imagine. From seeing what it's like here, I can't do it on my own.
So you're coming with us.
Yes, of course, yes. She's my sister. I wouldn't leave her.
Mm.
I'd be happy to help a friend in need. I understand your story, but I would like something in return.
I would
Man,
also like something in return.
That was my question. What's in it for us?
He says, of course. I don't expect you to just help a stranger out of the goodness of your hearts. What did you say brought you here? I mean, actually, can all of you roll persuasion?
Ooh, okay. Persuasion.
15.
14.
You won't.
No.
11.
Okay, that's fine. So he kind of looks at all of you and he says, well, I mean, my father, and he kind of does the thing, died recently, and he was the burgomaster of this town. I think you pronounce it Burgomaster.
The Burgomaster.
Tastes
Flipping
delicious.
burgers.
And why can't you get any
Alright,
fucking
you know what,
food?
let's change that word to mayor. So, my father was the mayor of this town, and with his passing,
Mayo.
the responsibility falls onto me.
Mate,
So-
you need to step up. This
Shouldn't
place
you
has gone to shit.
Stay here.
Look, I will. I'm not running away from my responsibility, but the
sounds
most
like you
important. Look, you introduced yourself, didn't you? Look, Jafar. My sister is the number one priority. I have to get her out of this town. She cannot remain here.
Is it so that you can make her the mayor instead of you? Because you're such a pussy boy.
Can you roll intimidation?
I'm not trying to intimidate him, but I guess he can't help it.
You're a big guy, and you're being pretty
Yeah.
aggy, so he's feeling a little bit.
Have you got like body marks or like scars on you?
That is 16. He's got some like let's say he's got some he's got a couple of scars. He's pretty wounded as is. Like he's kind of like
Shit.
he's been in a fight very recently.
Oh,
But he also has some tribal kind of tattoos.
that would be intimidating.
Yeah.
Okay, so he looks at you and says, "Look, I don't, this isn't about me being scared or running away. I just want to get my sister back out, and then I'll return. But obviously, as the future mayor of this town, I am in a position to help you.
As far as I'm concerned, I really don't care about your reasoning. If we get something out of it, I don't really care.
Okay.
Will you
So-
help the people of this town?
Would I? Was it? Will I help?
I'm
Sorry,
asking him.
are you talking? Oh, right, okay, fine. So he says, I don't understand. Help? How do you mean help them?
Well, there's this mist shit going around. It feels like a problem that a mayor might want to solve.
He says, sorry, 2 secs, just checking something.
You should challenge the mist in combat.
He says, you cannot fight the mist. The mist, it comes and for the most part, it doesn't harm us. It's only if we try to leave Barovia that the mist will surround us and start choking us.
It's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Is Mark?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
getting
not
some
that-
very dark feelings
not-
in this town, and having seen as you just said that, I want to know what exactly is going on here.
Okay. He kind of glances round and he leans into you and he kind of beckons you closer. And he says, "It's not safe to talk here. If you agree to help me, I will tell you what I know."
When? Where?
I agree.
He
to
says,
that.
"Well," he says, like, he holds out his hand and he wants to like clasp like your hand. And he says,
Okay.
thank you." And he looks at you two. He says, "What of your travel companions?"
Yeah, I'm up for whatever. As long as I get something out of it,
Yeah.
I don't care.
He doesn't clasp your hand, but he kind of nods. And he says, "And you, Jafar, we could. I mean," and he kind of like,
Yeah.
it would really be helpful if you could help me out."
Oh, I need something from you first.
He says, "Name it. What is it?"
I'm looking for a girl. Small, dark hair.
Oh no.
She carried a pitchfork a lot like this one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So before
Have you
he
seen her
answers,
pass through here?
Sonny, is Xyril going to react to this at all? Are you going to make?
I am going to be like uncomfortable.
If he's not,
for
then
sure.
he's also going to pull out the sickle and say he carried a sickle like this one. You
So-
don't have to react, but it's enough for him to know.
So Sonny, you recognise it is the actual sickle.
I'm just gonna.
Well,
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Out of interest, what is this girl's name?
Her name is Aladdin Alma.
He's gonna put his hand in his. Yeah. I've seen her before.
Where? When?
I saw her yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
You
Yeah.
must tell me where she is.
Well, I don't know if that's a good idea. You see, fun story.
I fought through a fucking death house to get here. I would like you to tell me where my daughter is. What have you done with her, foul demon?
I've done nothing to her. You see,
That's not straightly true.
Well, yeah.
You tried.
Yeah. You don't know that. Well, you see, yesterday, me, Aladdin, and another fellow, very strange fellow, wound up here, and some weird, creepy ass kids persuaded us to go into this house, and we did so.
Persuaded me to go into the house.
What?
They persuaded me to go into the house.
What,
The death house.
Oh shit.
Wait, how does that make sense?
Wait, so you've been in it? Well, this is out of character, but okay, I can't ask.
He has been in
You
the
can
house.
ask him in character if you're curious. Ask him in character.
So hang on. So I'm going to say, hang on a minute. You what? You were there yesterday?
I was there kind of this morning.
Huh? By yourself?
No.
Don't go there, man.
Evic's down.
I see.
What is this death house you both speak of?
Quick. Okay, this is weird.
It's evil. It's an evil house.
Out of interest. Out of
interest.
interest.
Mhm.
What happens when you peek behind the curtains?
Could you?
Is this
You
where is
couldn't
this
move the
in
curtains?
No, you couldn't move out of the character. No, you couldn't move the curtain. I'm
You
testing.
yeah.
Basically.
Oh right. Okay. So he will know the answer.
Okay.
So yeah, you can move them.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't suppose you ever got down to the basement.
We did. There was a terrible monster. A terrible force. I was there with my childhood friend. Not childhood friend. He was an acquaintance, really. And he didn't make it.
I see.
His final words to me were, "Go forth, find your daughter."
I don't suppose when you saw this big, large monster, you saw any people entangled in this monster.
So the answer is no, because
Okay.
they would have been crushed to paste, essentially.
Yeah.
Naught but paste.
I see.
All I found were my daughter's weapons. I trained her with these since she were a babe.
So interesting story. Yeah, we were in Death House yesterday. We came across such creature, and my two companions, one of those being Aladdin, were crushed by said creature.
So
I'm
at this-
going to put my hand. I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and go, "Trust me, I did everything I could to save her, but she could not be reasoned with. She was possessed by one of these foul, ghostly children, and they didn't allow her to leave."
It's all my fault.
So
With a mighty sixth strength roll, Jafar is going to slam his fist down on the table. Maybe not even knock over like a cup or anything.
So you guys feel a sort of gentle breeze emanating from where he slammed his fist down, and Ismar kind of looks like he's regretting asking you to come along. He reaches out and he puts his hand on your hand and he says, "My friend, it is a terrible thing that you have gone through. Words fail me, but I too am about to lose a family member that I do not wish to. But I will understand if you wish to grieve."
I will help you.
He will also clasp hands
No
with
more
you.
innocent young women need to die in this harsh land.
He says, "Thank you, thank
Here,
you."
here.
He says, "Many strangers have come to Barovia over the years, but none of them last long. You may find that you regret coming here, but unfortunately, it is what it is."
We
Oh,
must
def-
slay the foul demon of Death House.
I definitely regret coming here.
Seems like I'm in the exact correct position right here.
Right. So he's
I'm
gonna
in the
say
right
to you
place.
guys. He's gonna say to you. What's he gonna say? Just keep fucking clicking
I
back.
don't want to say anything until we're in like private.
No, that's fair.
That's fun. That's fun.
So, for reference,
Mhm.
once we get strong
Sorry.
enough, I would love to come back and kill that shambler thing. This revenge.
Yeah. Once you go
I'll let
in,
you go back
yeah,
into
if we
their
ever-
house.
If we ever level up, and yeah,
Mm.
we'll go
If
ahead
we
and
survive,
camp.
we'll level up.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so it's Master and say, look, I need some time to make some preparations, and then can we meet? So if you guys, can you see what I'm pinging? It's quite unfortunate not having the letters on the map for you guys to see.
Yeah, further
Sorry,
down. Yeah.
wait.
You can see that just at the bottom.
Check
At the
them.
south. So he basically kind of just gives you rough directions to there, and he says, "Let us meet there in an hour. If you have any other business to take care of in town, do it now."
Quick question: is there anywhere I can sell things?
He says, unfortunately, let me just find it on the map. He says, actually, you can go opposite here, and he's going to ping here. He says, that is the only shop in town. All other shops have long since closed.
All right. I'll pop in there before I meet you guys down
Okay.
the other building.
Okay. So he...
Jafar's going to go to Death House and mourn.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
If you're gonna go, I might come with you.
Just outside. I'm not going in.
That's fine. That's fine.
I want to
Just,
investigate.
Right.
Don't go too close. Whatever you two do.
So we'll put Sunny there. Can you two move yourselves over to... Oh,
What?
I'll do it. Zoom.
Is that it?
Okay. So we'll do... So you... Dan and Dom, you're going together. Do you actually? What we'll do is we'll do Sunny first because Sunny's just opposite, and then we'll come back to you guys. So Sunny,
Yep.
I'm going to give you a little flavor text. The sparse light from this building spills out from behind drawn heavy curtains. A sign over the door, creaking on its hinges, reads "Bill Drafts Mercantile." It's quite large, 70 feet by 40 feet. And yeah, you can walk in if you like.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go in.
So you will see. Oh, he's not there. Hang on, what's his name? Bill Draft. I probably have like a little handout for him. Hang on. I don't. What the fuck? Alright, fine. It's not really important. Bill Draft. I think like common people don't have handouts because the Eric guy and the barkeep didn't either. Alright, that's fine. So yep, you walk in. There's just a standard human male standing behind the counter, and he looks up and he says, "Hello."
Oh, hello, my good man. Are you? I don't suppose you're one to buy things off us common folk.
Kind of sniffs and he says, "Yes, common. Well, I suppose. Let's see what you've got."
Cool. So I'm going to pull out. I'm going to pull out that gold ring. Actually.
Okay.
Put it
Do you
down.
remember what I appraised it at? I think it was 25 gold. You wouldn't know, but it's just for me.
Yeah, I can't remember.
All right, fine. So
Okay.
he.
Yeah.
So
What would you give me for something like this?
he kind of holds his hand out.
Yeah, give it to him.
Okay, so he pops it on the like the counter, and he kind of whips out like a little
Yep.
monocle style thing, and he kind of looks at it. He goes, I mean, you've got something, but don't know how much it's worth, really. I'll
Oh.
give you 2 gold for it.
2 gold. You're not very good at what you do, are you?
He says, "I'm the only shop in town."
Oh, I see.
Wow.
Can you? I'm going to hold my hand out to take the ring back.
He kind of looks at it and then slowly turns and drops it in your hand. And he says, "Take it or leave it."
What if I was to tell? I'm going to obviously got the ring back. What if I told you this came from a haunted place?
He's not gonna accept
Okay.
it.
Well.
There's more today.
Mm.
2 gold.
Do the words "Death House" mean anything to you, my good man?
So our character, they don't call it Death House. It's just a
Okay.
haunted house.
Oh, they
But
don't
you can
call it
say
anything.
like.
I want to keep
Oh,
calling it
shit.
Death House.
That's fine. Yeah, you got reason to call it Death House. So
what
he
was it
says-
called? Was it Rosethorn or something?
Frozen form.
Shit. Trying to think what the family name was.
Ah, well, if you don't remember, then your character won't remember.
Crud.
No, it's a bit harsh actually because it happened to you yesterday. I actually
Was it Rose?
Hornbolt. I
No,
think.
Rose was the girl's name.
Oh,
wasn't
sorry,
it?
Durst. It's Durst.
Durst.
Yeah.
Don't suppose you've ever been to that old Durst house down the road?
He looks at you and says, Are you touched in the head? Nobody goes,
Well,
No one goes-
what if I told you that this ring is from that house?
You're telling me you went inside that haunted house and you took a gold ring and you came out alive.
Look at me. Do you really think haunted stuff affects me?
Looks you up and down. He says, I mean, I don't know. What's so impressive about you?
Do you not see these horns? Do you not see the devil eyes? Do you not see the tail? How many
I see your,
tieflings do you see?
your horns in your tail. You're clearly new around in Barovia, so let me tell you something. You're nothing special here.
Hey.
He says, now, are you here to do business or are you here to just chat?
I'm here to do business. You're the one that doesn't know how to, appraise anything properly.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong book. That was confusing. He says, let me see the ring again.
I'll hand it over.
Okay, so he looks at it again and he says, all right, I don't believe you, but let's say I did. I will give you 10 gold for this ring.
How much? 10?
10.
See, I don't know about that. This ring, I lost companions to get this ring. I think it's worth a bit more than that.
He says, cry me a river.
Wow. That's in the book.
This guy's a dick.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
So you're telling me you're willing to pass up a ring from the Durst house on what? Being an arsehole.
He says, you know what, I don't like your tone, and I think it's, unless you're here to buy something, I think you should leave.
All right, just give me the ring then.
Kind of sniffs and he's like, take your trinket, and he flicks it at you.
Well, I assume then if you're no good with gold rings, you're no good with what's it called? Ritualistic bone daggers either.
He says, what would I do with a bone dagger?
I have no idea.
No, you don't. Now, are you buying, or are you done here?
No, I'm done.
Okay. So, I assume you turn and walk out.
Yeah, I'm done and look out.
Okay, fine. So, Dan and Dom, so I don't know if you guys wanted to RP anything on your way, like just walking over.
I just want to ask him more about what happened.
Okay, that's fine.
What-
go ahead.
what-
Go ahead.
In the house.
Or what kind of like beastly or ghostly creatures did you come across? Like,
Well, there were just the demon in the basement. It was like a giant plant flesh mound heap monster.
Mhm.
I don't know how much I know about creatures.
If you want, you can roll. I'll let you roll for it if you want to see if you recognise it, but it'll be very difficult.
Yeah, I'll leave it.
Okay.
Well, by the sounds of it, it's some sort of beast anyway. But God, it sounds
It's a demon.
horrendous. And there was just two of you up against this beast.
It's pretty horrendous. We stood no chance.
How did you get out alive?
My good friend had to sacrifice himself to stave off the beast.
Oh, hopefully his death wasn't in vain and we can do something about it.
All it was, because my daughter's dead.
Awkward.
Oh. Listen, we all lose someone, but you know, it's all about how you get up after the fight and how you move on. And
I think I'd like you to leave me in peace for a minute.
Jesus.
Just gonna sit on the steps of Death House.
What are you gonna do,
I'm
Dan?
just gonna go around and investigate the house.
You can investigate the house.
I don't want to go in it based on what
Okay,
they said.
that's fine. So yeah, you can go around. I don't know if you want a description of the house. I can give it to you.
No, it's fine.
It's. I mean, you all saw it in Death House, so
yeah,
you know,
exactly. Yeah, I'll leave
it's the
it.
same sort of stuff.
It's, yeah.
Right. Since you're both in the vicinity of the house, can you actually, Dom? How intent are you on mourning? Are you paying attention to anything?
No, he's not paying attention.
Yep,
to anything,
that's fair enough. Okay, Dan. In that case, can you roll perception for me?
Can I just say as well, just when I got out the shop, I am going to walk towards the death house. So,
Okay.
how time? You can obviously tell me the timing and stuff, but yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that was 7. Fuck.
7. Okay. Unfortunately, you don't see anything with that. That's fine. So, Dom is morning. Dan, you're sort of just around it if you guys want to do anything.
Okay.
And then Sunny comes up. So Xyril walks up to you. We'll say it's been about 15 minutes.
Right.
Sunny, can you roll perception as you come around the corner?
Yeah. So, let's see, what have I got a bonus to this? 10.
Yes, that is enough. Okay, cool. So, Sunny, you see, and I'm going to push this to all of you because I don't know how to do it to individuals, but obviously only Sunny sees it. So obviously you can all see that token, I'm assuming, on the thing.
Yeah, can't really see what it is though.
That's fine. I'm about to push it to you.
Some old dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to give you guys all this extra info. How do I just give you...
Don't know.
Fuck. Alright, I'm going to hope you can only see the picture. If you can see more than picture, just text
We
it.
can see more on the picture.
Yeah.
Close
Okay.
everybody.
Oh, close.
Okay.
Fuck.
And again.
Oh shit, sorry, that was my bad.
You gotta stop showing us this, man.
It's alright. I
Friendly.
just looked at the picture. I didn't read anything.
Okay, it's fine.
Well,
There
I
is-
saw the big word. But that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you just need the picture. Yeah. Oh no, wait. Oh, fuck, sorry, I found it. Alright, sorry, this is what I meant to show you. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
So, Sunny- sorry.
I see.
So yeah, just ignore the other one. So Sunny, you see this woman basically, and it's like an old. I mean, you can see in the picture, it's like an old sort of woman, and she's kind of shuffling along, and you both make eye contact, and as soon as you make eye contact, she's going to basically duck into this alley quickly. It's like,
That's a good picture.
Worst person to notice.
I know. I mean, you know, if you don't follow it, it's fine. But
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just gonna go, huh? This town is full of weird people. So, are you two
so in that
having
case,
fun with looking at the scenery?
you can lose
I'm
track
ready
of her.
to go.
For what it's worth, she died very bravely.
Was it quick?
I don't think it was quick actually.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure. Yeah, it was quick and painless.
It's up to you if you want to.
I hope he kicks many doors.
Ignorance is bliss, man. You might not want to read too much into that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay then. So yeah, what do you guys want to do now?
So yeah, if you're all finished here, I suppose we should go meet the Mark dude.
It's Mark.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I intentionally get his name wrong.
Yes.
He's going to do that a lot, by the way, just so you know. Yeah, we might as well go meet Marky Boy down at that other
Marky
building.
Mark.
Yeah.
Big
Jafar
Mark.
does not say Marky Mark.
So as you guys, before you guys set out, I'll just mention you can all three of you hear the sobbing.
Oh shit!
Bill.
I want to investigate that.
So
Oh,
If you-
Just one thing I want to do actually before we all leave. Well, assuming they walk away from the building.
Yep.
I'm going to sort of turn and face the building and go, "See you later, Cade and Aladdin. I will avenge you both."
nice.
Nice.
I will also avenge this Cade.
Oh, he wasn't supposed to hear that.
I'm very perceptive.
I'll have to bear that in mind.
Right. So could all of you show me the route you're going to take down to
Probably.
building?
Let's go this way. We haven't been this way yet.
I just want to
Yeah.
mention to the group
Okay.
whether
Yeah,
they,
probably that way.
Cool.
I'll change
Yeah,
colour.
I was gonna basically detour and not go that way.
Okay.
Go towards the sobbing.
Interesting.
I'll mention it to the group. I'm just gonna say I want to investigate this sobbing and see if it's anything of interest.
Oh, we can hear Sob. I'll accompany you in that case.
If anything I've learned, don't split up. Especially around here. There are some freaky
Yes.
people around here.
Cool.
Okay.
Fine. So
Lead us that way.
all three of you roll perception.
3.
Oh, that's actually I've got
19.
that's good.
Cool.
Unnatural 20.
Nice. So Dan and Sunny, you can both tell the sobbing is coming from basically because you rolled so high. It's exactly here where I'm pinging this building.
Nice.
Dom, you have like no fucking clue. You think it's the opposite direction. In fact.
Okay,
This way, everybody.
Yeah.
So one thing I will say is, as you guys are walking, you do start seeing like a few people here and there. So I'm gonna push something else to you guys. So this is the kind of people you're basically seeing as you go around. They're very drab, very like mournfully dressed, neutral, darkish colour, shabby clothes. Every now and then you do see someone with like a kind of like a little splash of colour, and they do seem a bit more animated. The other people are kind of mostly shuffling around.
Man, you guys
I'm
are
just gonna-
fucked.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, my God, these guys are
Do we like about
depressed as
here?
fuck.
So I'm gonna say you guys are about here.
Okay.
So yeah, you're just seeing kind of all these people around. So at this point, as you're walking, a child runs up to you,
Fucking
and this
children.
child has like patches of like red, like fabric, and like green, and like just sort of different colors, all kind of like stitched together. And she is a girl, and she goes and she's like, please help me. My pet, he's been sleeping. I don't know what's wrong with him. And she kind of holds out like this cat, which is motionless.
Oh, Jafar hates cats.
I am not helping any
Starts
more
throwing up
children
in the alleyway.
I'm not helping any more children in this town.
She said,
Oh
please.
God, I'll help. What? No. I'm sorry. From what I've heard, kids can't be trusted.
And I wouldn't worry, kid. That cat's long dead.
Just not. Oh, he's sleeping. Look, you can.
Can I
just
like
need some help.
Oh, wait, is this?
I know. I tell you what. Cats. Fun fact. Cats land on their feet. Throw it up in the air. If it lands on its feet, you know it's sleeping. If it doesn't, if it just goes splat, you know it's dead. You might as well turn it into a burger.
She starts immediately sobbing, and she clutches the cat to her
The
chest.
Burger Master is gone, you fool.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure someone, we're about to meet its son, so or whatever it
Him
was.
too.
Turns and she
wretches.
just runs away from you.
That's better.
Fine. So
That's what you have to do. Deal with children. You just make them cry, they run away.
Heartless.
Right.
Last time I listened to a child, I got
Yeah.
stuck in death house and lost 2 comrades.
That's fair.
Okay, so as you approach, a moaning sob floats through the still grey streets, colouring your thoughts with sadness. The sounds flow from a dark 2-story townhouse. So you two are outside the house. It's completely boarded up, curtains drawn. Yep.
Why are all these places filled with creepy houses? Why can't anyone live in somewhere nice? Why do they all have to be weird like this?
It's a very depressingly poor town,
Well,
isn't
A
it?
couple
So
more
there's-
people
sorry,
shuffle past you.
you'd figure though, if they were poor, there'd be less buildings.
Yeah, but it's like they're all like weary and like dying.
I would be sad if I was this poor.
You know what they should do? They should have a party. Wouldn't be so depressed.
What's going to be at the party? They can't afford enough.
All right, just get some boxes or some things, play some music, dance a bit, get some booze out, sorted. Make your own party.
Yeah, that's a point.
These guys don't seem like beat enough for that kind of thing.
I'm sure. Well, I'm just going to sort of point to Jafar. I'm sure they had loads. Look, you guys have loads of parties on the farm, and that's all you guys do, right?
Jafar seems like the party type to me.
Don't talk about the farm.
Okay.
Sorry, where's the crying coming from?
So it's within this house here.
Like,
And it's
what
a
kind of-
two-story-
coming from the second story or the?
The
Which
second
floor?
story, yep.
Is the door boarded up?
It is, yes.
The windows in the second story are boarded up.
Yeah, everything's boarded up. But you can very clearly hear loud crying from the second floor.
I don't know about you guys, but I want to investigate this.
Maybe we should ask somebody about this house before we go into it.
Well, what if I
From
shout
what?
out to see if?
Well, the thing is, yeah. After going, you have not been to Death House, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of houses.
If we
at the
go
moment.
asking people and they say nobody's lived here for 100 years, I'm not going in this house.
So at this point, I'm going to say 45 minutes have passed.
I think is there a rock or like a bottle or something around?
You'd probably find something like I said, it sounds pretty shabby. So yeah,
I'm
I'll
just
say
gonna launch a bottle at the window. The
Roll-
second story.
roll strength.
That's a 21.
Oh my god! So yeah, we'll say you find a rock. So you kind of hold it in. Hang on, where is it? Hold it in one hand.
Throw so hard it goes right through the house.
Yeah, it's just where were you aiming? Like at one of the windows.
Does it blow up the moon?
Not quite, but it rockets through. It completely shatters the window.
Actually kills Strahd.
Through the heart.
And kind of, you hear like a scream.
Jafar yells, "Cheer up!"
You hear the crying intensifies. It's just wailing now. It's just like.
I think you hit her with the rock.
We should get out of here.
Is there anyone nearby passing by?
So there are the Barovians, the pictures I sort of showed you before, just
Can I just
shuffling about.
Tap one of them on the shoulder, and just say, "Listen, how long has this whole been going on for here in this house? And is it actually inhabitable? Or what?
Okay.
Is it used? Or, yeah.
So as you tap on the shoulder, he's like shuffling along, like looking down, and he stops and he just kind of like turns and looks at you, and he's like, and he just stares at you for a bit, and then
I was gonna click at his face.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. Yeah.
So he just kind of says, "I don't want any trouble," and he just turns and starts kind of like shuffling off.
Listen, man, if you don't answer my question, you'll get in trouble. No,
Can you roll perception?
Perception. 16.
Right. So you notice there's two other people, kind of just just standing like a corner or whatever, like down here, and they are staring at you, like the eyes are fixated on you. You, Dan,
What,
after you said that.
From the window.
No, not from the window. Well, you don't know. They're just staring at Dan. And the guy who you were sort of talking to, he kind of stops and he says, he stares at you and he says, "What did you want to know?"
I want to know about this house. How long has this sobbing been going on for?
So he kind of he carries on staring at you, and at this point, someone's going to come up behind you and tap you on the shoulder.
Me.
And it's a guy, yep.
Okay.
And it's another guy. He's got, he's kind of got, a bit more like a splash of colour to him, he's got like a greenish shirt and just sort of patchy trousers. And he says, "Look, don't mind him, I'm sorry about that." And the guy who you were talking to just kind of turns and shuffles off again. And he says, "Look, what did you, sorry, you were asking about, sorry, what did you ask him? The guy, because he would have heard you."
How long has this sobbing been going on for in this?
Okay, she said, how long? Hold up. How long has it been? Okay, sorry. So he says, it's been about a week. I mean, she just cries day and night. Mary lives in there. I don't know what's wrong with her.
No one's gone in to investigate.
He kind of shrugs and he says, we've got enough problems of our own. We don't,
A young woman in need. Sounds like our kind of deal, boys.
What is this Mary like?
Mary, I mean, she's just a woman, she's lived here all her life. We don't often travel between sort of towns and stuff, so she's just lived in Barovia. Don't know why she's crying. It started about a week ago.
And she's the only one in this house that lives in this house.
As far as I know.
How did she eat when everything's boarded up?
Was the sunlight?
This seems very suspicious.
Yeah. When I say sunlight, what's he?
Looks at you and he says, "You're not from around here, are you?"
That easy, huh?
I mean, if you were... He says, "Look, if you're not from around here, I'm going to tell you this for free. You shouldn't be asking questions like that." And he says, "Good day," and he turns to go.
These are some real shifty people.
I hate this town so much.
Yeah.
So is the door boarded up?
It's yep.
Oh, God.
I think we should go and
Should have summoned a familiar, man.
we should go and get matey first. John,
I'm
Jack.
tempted to like
Dan, Dave.
write a note on a brick and
She's
chuck
not
it
going
in
anywhere.
and see if. Yeah.
She's not going anywhere.
Yeah, we can
True.
always come back.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that.
She's
Yeah.
not going anywhere.
Yeah, it works for me.
Wait, is there a brick around?
You can find another brick if you so choose. Yep.
Yeah, I want to write. Okay, what am I gonna write?
Do you have a pen? Do you have a pen and paper?
I mean, not explicitly. It's not
I don't
the
think you,
explorer's pack. is
I don't
it?
think you do then. So there's a reason I'm sticking to like stuff
Yeah,
because
okay, that's
it's
fair.
important. If you want something, you can go buy it. So there is a shop in town.
Yeah, I'll leave it.
Nice.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to summon that.
Right then. So
Right.
you choose not to go in. Where would you? What's next?
I guess we go see Marky Boy.
Yeah.
Right then. So, yeah, you guys can proceed. It's basically just straight down from where you are, sort of big house
Yeah.
at the bottom. Cool, fine. So, as you guys walk down, I'll read you out the flavor. The flavor texts are quite nice. It's nice having these.
Yeah.
A weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet, against the walls, the growth has been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of the fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omen.
This place is very cheerful, don't you think?
Wow.
So, can all of you roll perception as you come up?
Blimey.
10.
Uh,
13.
18.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
13.
Okay, so Dom and Sunny, you can discern trampled weeds all around the mansion, as well as what looks like wolf paw prints and human footprints. Okay, that's it, yeah. Dan, you don't see that. Okay, so as you guys come up, you see Ismark standing there, and he says, "Oh, you came. Are you all ready? Do you have any preparations left to make?"
You have to go.
I would like.
get this
I need
bitch.
to do some. I need to do something for about an hour before we do anything. Ideally.
You need to do something. What?
Yeah.
What do you need to do? That would take an hour.
Well, that's none of your business.
He goes, fine. He says, "Well, do you need to do it now or?"
Well, if we're going to go check this place out, I reckon it's probably a good thing to do it beforehand.
He says, "Look, my sister's inside, but we really need time is of the essence. I need to get her out of here."
Okay, but we have to do this first.
Okay, what do you?
What is it exactly that you want to do, Xyril?
Well, I have with my magic. I can bring us a little helper. And I reckon, especially considering what we're about to do, or what you guys are most likely going to try and do, I can summon a little helper that will go in there without us having to go in.
What kind?
He says-
familiar would be helpful. Yeah.
So he says, "No, there's no danger here." He says, "My sister is inside. We just need to get her and we need to leave."
What?
This is my house.
No,
This is-
we're saving a different woman.
Oh, another. I thought you had agreed to help me.
Up the road.
Yeah, the
says
sobby,
what?
the sobbing woman.
We made our values very clear to you.
We must
He
save
says,
as many.
He says,
And they're behind.
he says, "Mary, look, I'm sorry to say, but I don't know if you can help her."
Look, no
Have you
one is
spoken
a
to her?
lost cause.
Well, we thought we'd come and chat with you. We didn't want to miss our appointment.
He says, "Look, if you help me, I will help. I will do everything in my power to help Mary. But
That's fair.
I want to get
Okay,
I want to get my sister's safety. It's not safe in this town." And he kind of lowers his voice. He looks around. He says, "The Devil's Strahd is watching, and I need to get her out."
This Strahd you speak of, someone
He says,
who you cannot be afraid of his name. Do not be afraid, for I am on the hunt for Strahd.
Goes up to you.
I'm just gonna look at him and goes, "Oh, are you now?"
So I don't know if you're going to resist this, Dan. If you are, roll strength. He's going to basically go up to you. He's going to clamp his hand over like your mouth as your
I'm gonna stop that.
All right, roll strength. Oh, I need to get his character sheet up. Hang on.
Fuck.
Another thing which is quite handy is all the character sheets are in the thing.
Oh my god. 6.
Oh, you don't know, man. He might roll lower. He does have like a thing.
Roll.
You're 6. All right. No, you fucks, mate. So he clamps down on your mouth and you can't move. And he says, "What are you doing?" He says, "Don't say stuff like that in this town."
All right. Why don't we just call him like the Big S or something?
He says,
That
"Do
sounds-
not."
I like big ass.
He
Big
turns
S.
to you, Sonny, and he says, "Stop talking like that. You do not understand the danger we're in."
Shaft.
Bloody hell.
We'll call him Shaft.
He takes his hand off your mouth and he says, "Look, I." Hang on.
Please call with Shaft.
The big
He
shaft.
says, "Look,
The Big Shaft.
he says, look, the devil Strahd has spies everywhere, and if he hears of what you're planning, he won't stand for it.
But
I want what you want just as even more than you do. I've wanted it my whole life, but it's not safe to talk like that, and we definitely can't talk about it in this town. We need to leave. I promise I will answer.
Out of character, did he promise that he was coming with us?
yeah.
You asked him in the thing, and he said yes
Yeah,
because it's my sister.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I respect that, and it's definitely conversation that we need to bring up. And maybe out this town.
Okay, cool. And he says, I will not take fools with me to die. He says, if you come, you must trust me. I've lived here all my life, and my father was the mayor.
I don't suppose we'll get anything up front for this little endeavour.
He says, well, what do you want? I've already sworn to help you as much as I can. Is there something specific that you want?
I suppose you have any gold? I would have thought a mayor of this town would have gold.
Roll.
Expenses, man. Adventuring expenses. Don't you know these things?
Hang on. Okay. So he says, I mean, if it's gold you want, I'm not the mayor yet, but once we get my sister to safety, I can come back and I can assume my position.
How can you not be mayor yet? I thought you said your father died. Wouldn't that make you mayor?
My father died recently and I haven't taken over the post yet.
Does that mean there'll be an election?
So he says, well, the townspeople will recognise me as the son of the previous mayor, and they'll most likely, not be opposed to my taking over.
Unless something happens.
But surely,
Well,
looking at your grand house over there,
Yeah.
you must have gold of your own.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it
really
wasn't-
look like
it
your
wasn't
dad did
just,
so much for this town.
Yeah, there's got to be some family heirlooms worth.
I
it.
imagine a candidate that could promise getting rid of the mist would do a lot better than you could.
So he is actually going to square up to you, Dom, and he's going to say, do not speak ill of my father. He gave his life to protect my sister.
Whoa.
How big is this guy?
Ooh. He is, I don't think it's said, so I'm going to have to decide. He's fairly
He
well
looks
built.
pretty old though.
I'm going to say like 5'10". He's
old.
just average, I'd say. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
well-
definitely sort of tower over him.
Yeah, I'm like 7 foot.
Oh
Wow.
my god! All right, so
Shit.
yeah, you're
Blimey.
fucking like,
Wait.
looming over him.
What race are you?
Goliath.
Wow, you actually. Okay,
Oh, right.
right. Proper
He is
right,
actually a Goliath.
okay.
Yes, obviously
Legit
you two
Goliath.
may not know that in character, but yeah.
I
So
don't know
Aladdin
what
was
that
half
is.
Goliath.
Yep.
What's she
Oh,
now?
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dom. He says actually, he says, yeah, do not speak ill of my father. He gave his life for my sister, and he ruled this. Sorry, he governed this.
Ruled.
that was my mistake. Misuse of the word. So he says he governed this town as well as he could. Nobody could have done a better job.
Fine. I guess. I didn't know him.
No, you didn't.
No. But still, all I'm saying is that you shouldn't be so certain.
He says, look, To be honest with you, I don't have that much interest in taking over. My only concern is getting my sister to safety. If you want to run for mayor, you can come and do that.
I never said I would. I just don't think you should be so sure that you've won already.
Didn't seem
He
like
kind of-
there's much competition really.
So he'll kind of look around at all of you and he says, please, I need to get her to safety."
Yeah, well, like I said, as long as we get something out of it, that's all that matters to me.
I've already given my word. I will help you in however I can.
Can I
Yeah.
can I have a look at in I don't know, investigation or whatever,
Hmm?
to see if he's got anything of value on him, like I don't know, like a ring or necklace. Or something.
Yeah, roll perception.
Oh, no, it's bad. 6.
So he is just... He's wearing splint armor. He is heavily armed. You can see he's got like a lot of weapons sort of hanging off him and all that. And he's fairly muscular. He's kind of like well built. Can't tell much more than that.
All right, I'm gonna have to go with it then. I was hoping to collateral, but never mind.
Okay, so so unless anyone else is going to do anything, he is going to turn and he's going to knock on the door. And you hear a female, a woman's voice, and she says, "Who is it? Who goes there?" And he says, "It's me. It's fuck, what's his name? It's Mark."
Marky boy.
And she says, "It's Mark, and who is with you?" I heard voices, and he says, "These people, they're friends. You can trust them." So you guys,
I'm going.
he's just going to choose to ignore that. So the door swings open, and you guys see a girl. Now, oops. I need.
Is she cute?
I'm actually going to get to that. So
Yeah, can we roll out of 10?
you don't actually need to roll because
No
she
need, baby.
is
Oh shit!
extremely good looking. She's very, very good looking.
Fantastic.
At the lowest of 9.
I'm gonna walk straight up to her, grab her hand, and go. Why is a beauty like you cooped up in a house like this?
She kind of looks at you and she says, and then she looks at Ismark. She says, "You know my brother's standing right there."
Yeah, that's fine.
So she's gonna just pull her hand out of your hand. I don't know if you want to resist. I don't know why she's gonna pull it out. Okay, fine. So she pulls it out and she says, I think you presume too much. And then she looks at Ismark. She says, "Can we really trust these people?" And he does kind of look a bit uncertainly at you, Sonny, and he says, "Look, nobody else will help. This is all we have."
I'm
He says-
gonna kneel to, well, probably her.
I'm just gonna turn to her and go. I have my skills, and I'll wink at her.
She just like,
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna kneel down and get out my scimitar, and basically go, my sword is yours. I will protect you both with my life.
"Can you roll charisma? Just do a general charisma check. Let's see how well you pull it off."
I'm just gonna whisper to Jafar.
Oh, fuck's
Man,
sake.
that's extreme.
That's only 11, even though I've got a good charisma. Fuck.
That's fine. So she finds it a little endearing, but she appreciates it nonetheless. And she says, "Oh, at least this one has some manners." And she holds her hand out and she says, "You may rise."
Oh, should I go in for the kiss? Oh, wait, did you just do that? No, you just did that. Zara
Sonny just held
did
her-
that.
No, he just held her
Oh,
hand.
oh,
You didn't
oh,
go
I
for
just
it.
held her hand.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Fine.
Just
So then
'cause
it's
I got
Mark.
11.
It's Mark, looking quite grumpy, says, "Right, but everyone inside the mansion, quickly." So yeah, I assume you all go in unless any of you have anything else you want to say.
Yeah, Jafar is not subtle about it.
Okay. So you go in, she bolts the door shut. As you walk in, the interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. The mayor is in a side... Oh no, wait, actually you won't see that yet. So you guys can smell a faint odor of decay as you walk in.
God.
Okay. So
You need to clean this place up.
So Ismark looks at her and she says, "Look, I found allies and they have promised to help us get to Valaki. We must leave now. You know the Strahd is looking for you. We can't stay here."
We call him the
Whoa.
Big S.
Well, I'm just going to come off and say, why is Strahd looking for her name? I've forgotten her name.
Irina.
Irina in particular.
She looks at you and she says
Come on.
to Ismark, "Can we really trust him? Can you roll perception?" All of you may as well roll it,
For
actually.
fuck's sake, what's this? 6.
Okay, you don't. It's not a huge thing, but
10? 10.
Okay. Yep, Dom.
Sorry, what was that?
Roll perception.
16.
Right, so Dom and Sunny, you both noticed that as she's talking, she's wearing a scarf around her neck. I don't know if it was in the handout I gave you, because I think I added it. No, it wasn't. Anyway, so she's wearing like a scarf, which is sort of tightly woven, and she's kind of like fidgeting within, like a sort of particular area as she's talking. Ismark turns to you, Dan, and he says, "Look, you've all agreed to help me, and for that I do owe you, but I don't know how much we can trust you."
Well, if you're going to
Trust
ask
does
us
go
for help,
both ways, though. I mean,
that if you want us to help you, wouldn't you be better? Aren't we going to help you better the more we know?
yeah.
Dan, roll persuasion.
That's better. 26.
Awesome. Okay. So Ismark kind of starts. He's like, "Very well. I will tell you what I know."
Nice.
So he says, "Look, let me check." So he says, "Look, I don't know why, but Strahd is obsessed with getting my sister. He will stop at nothing to possess her, and I need to get him away. I need to get her away from here before that happens." And yeah,
I'm
that's
trying to get into
actually,
your pants. That's what I reckon.
Can I like... Oh no, I'm not going to do this. I was going to say, we could use her as bait. No, but I won't say...
Surely,
No, yeah.
so as Ismark is talking, he's visibly getting quite sort of angry, and like he's kind of gripping the hilt of his sword, and he says, "I've trained my whole life to be free of Strahd, and yeah, I'm no closer than I was when I
stop
was."
saying his name.
I tell you what.
Sharp.
We need a code name.
We can talk more freely in here. Even Strahd spies have their limitations.
Okay, alright, that's good.
I tell you what. When we're travelling,
Mhm.
how about we disguise this fair maiden,
Mhm.
and then what I'm going to do? I'm going to use disguise self to turn into her.
Mm.
They both kind of jump up and they're like, "How? What is it? How do you possess such power?"
Foul sorcery.
I'm just gonna go again, point to her and go, "Told you I have my skills," and wink again.
Roll charisma this time.
Yeah, that's a neat little trick.
Oh, that was good. Hang on. 22.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. So she'll kind
I
of
guess that was straight charisma.
she'll kind of cock her. Yeah, I'll just go straight because it's not really persuasion or anything. It's just how well you
Yeah.
pulled it off. So she kind of cocks her eyebrow at you and she says, "It seems I misjudged you."
Don't worry, I get that a lot.
Right. So at this point, Irina is going to say, "Look, it's kind of you to offer to help me, but I can't leave this town while my father lies dead in this house."
So that's the smell.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So she'll kind of stand up and she'll kind of walk over and pull open like a door, and in the door you see, lying in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers, is the mayor.
You could at least change the flowers.
Have you
She's-
not moved on to the grave yet? I mean,
So she says, it's too dangerous. Strahd could come and take me at any moment. My father died keeping me safe in this mansion while we were under attack by Strahd's forces. That's why Ismark left the house to go and find allies to protect us while while we left. So at this point, Ismark's going to say, no, it's too dangerous. I loved father as much as you, but we can't. What do you call it? He says, no, we must get you out of town.
But would a position in the public eye not be the best place for someone who's up for, assassination? Or possession, sorry. Perhaps like a position as public as the mayor.
He says, I don't... How would that help me? Strahd... He kind of lowers his voice. He's like, Strahd... his eye would be on me more than ever. And you can't understand what Strahd is until you've met him.
You can fuck up the town.
Yeah, it seems like you want to dodge him as much as possible.
Fine.
The devil Strahd is the ruler of these lands. He controls all. He sees all. There is no escape from his reach. That is why we must get my sister out here as quick. And then as he's saying this, she's going to cut him off and she's going to say, I will not leave my father to rot here. I will not leave this town until he has been given a proper burial.
Why don't we just
do in the mansion? Dig up some floorboards, I mean, if you leave them anyway.
She looks at you in disgust. And she says,
I know that was it.
Bury my father, the man who raised me, the mayor of this town, underneath the floorboards. I think not.
Oh.
We will take him to
in his place of resting where he lived.
She says, absolutely not. We will take him to the church and we'll give him a proper burial by all that is holy by the Night Mother.
That's pretty bait.
Oh, okay, it's just religious.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Pretty bait.
Damn religion.
Wow.
So, Ismark says at this point, he turns to you and he says, I'm sorry to ask more of you. Will you help me bury father? But Irina should stay here. And perhaps I should stay here to protect her. Would you be willing to take father?
You know what? I'll tell you what. You can go. I'll protect her. I don't mind. You can trust me.
He says, I'm not leaving you alone with my sister.
It's probably a wise choice.
I'm just going to turn to you and go, whose side are you on?
Neutral ground here, neutral ground. Listen, I think with all the power we have, it may be possible to grant your wishes and bury him. If we were to all protect her.
I have another way. How about I make her face look like a different face? Then she'll be able to come out with us.
They both look at each other and then Irene says, you can do that?
Sure. I'm going to turn to Ismark and change his face into my face.
So she does kind of jump at this. And Ismark's like, what? And she says, oh my God, you look just like him.
I know. Handsome, isn't he?
So Ismark will turn to you. He says, I have no right to ask, to keep asking you for favors, but yes, please,
right.
Could you use your power to disguise her?
Sure, I'll just add it to your bill. It's fine.
Very well. I will carry Father's coffin, and we will make our way over to the church, and we can give Father a decent burial once we get there.
So yeah, just for mechanics' sake, I'm going to use minor illusion, but as a concentration spell.
Fine.
To keep her, and only center it around her head. I figured that's probably all of my.
Yep.
How big is she? How old is she?
5'7", 5'8".
Okay, I've only got 5 foot, so yeah, I'll just keep it sort of top half, really.
Fine.
Change her appearance.
Cool. So, Ismark's going to go and pick up the coffin. Can you all roll perception real quick?
Yep.
Nat 20.
Nice.
5.
Okay.
8, I think, something like that. 7.
All right,
8.
Dan's the only one who sees this. So Dan, and because you got it so well, you'll see this like perfectly. You know, so I described what you saw, like as you came in, like just kind of like oddities, blah blah blah, all around. You do see this picture. It's kind of like half covered, but it's kind of like sticking. It's kind of just underneath all the sort of odds and ends. And are you going to pick it up, or you can kind of see like half of like what looks like a child's drawing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this it's a very sort of childish drawing. It's kind of like like scribbly with pencil and like kind of sketchy. It's a drawing of a man with dark, shaggy hair, and he's got this kind of demonic sort of left arm that's kind of covered in jagged scales, and he's kind of holding it out in front of him. And it's a pretty horrifying picture. He looks sort of like monstrous and kind of overgrown.
Oh, I'm gonna swipe it. Oh, actually, wait. Are we all around?
You all around, so Smart just comes back in with the coffin.
Can I just question this picture and who
Sure.
it actually is of? Ismark.
So Ismark looks at him. He starts shaking his head, and then Irina says, "Yes, I drew that when I was younger. I didn't realize I still had it."
It's of who, isn't it?
She says, "No. I don't know who this is," and she kind of holds her hand out for the picture.
Oh, okay, I'll give it to her.
So she just turns and she's sort of like staring at it, and she just says, I see this man sometimes when I dream, and it's always a horrible dream. I'm sorry, I don't know. I just see him."
I don't suppose this is the big S, is it?
They both shake their heads. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, would you mind I take it off your hands just for
She
curiosity?
says, "Take it. It's just something. It's just a nightmare from my childhood. Nothing more." Okay, fine. So
Oh, was that
I
it?
should.
Wasn't that 20?
So yeah. So Ismark. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It was just that. So Ismark is going to start making towards the door. He says, "Right, let's head up to the church, which is up here, which is where I mistakenly thought Death House was." Can you guys see it? I'm picking it on the map.
Mm.
Right.
Yes.
So unless you guys are going to do anything on your way, I don't know if you want to RP anything or ask
Do
anyone
you want me
anything.
to... Wait, who's carrying
Probably keep an eye out.
coffin?
So Ismark is carrying it on his own. He's quite strong.
What the
Oh, wow.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, he's pretty strong, man.
Okay.
All right.
Just like a log.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, are you guys going to do anything on your way up?
Had my sword, hand on my hilt, but yeah.
All of you roll perception as you're walking.
It's another 5.
Yeah, that's a
Five
5.
as well. Yep, I got 5.
Guys, a fucking blind aff. You don't see
Wow.
anything. Right, so I'm going to move you over to another map. So, presuming... oh, fuck, I need to copy over this mark. Fuck's sake. I need to copy over your characters. Alright, 2 secs. So, what I'll do is I'll read this out and then I'll move you over. So, you guys walk up to the north of the town, to where I pinged, and obviously there's a church sitting there. And I've clicked on the wrong thing. Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a grey, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end, and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. And as you approach the doors... Sorry, I'm just going to copy you all over. As you approach the doors, you see that the heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire. Okay.
So, this is the second place we've seen scorched.
Yeah, I seem to have lost Dom's character. Are you in the village? Where's your character, Dom? I've completely lost him.
I'm under everyone else.
Ah,
Oh, there you are.
alright, cool.
Under everybody else, yeah, he's the Goliath and mountain down all of the
Yeah.
rest.
Make him bigger.
Cool. So can you guys... let's see. Oh, I've got Death House in here. That's funny. So if you want to go back. Okay, you guys should be moved over.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What can you guys see? Can you just see that little bit? I don't need to see all of it.
Yeah. Just
Awesome.
I can see a little bit,
Entry.
like at the beginning of the...
like
Yeah.
four
That's fine.
rooms.
That's fine, yeah. Cool. Okay.
Oh,
This is
shit's
gonna
gonna
be
go
nice
down.
With some Witcher shit.
Who knows what's going to happen, man? So it's Mark and Irene are here. Okay, so no one bothers you as you're going up to the church.
Okay. Presumably
so-
they can't open the door, can they? Because they're holding the coffin.
So yeah, Ismark goes up and he says, if you'd be so kind. Irene is sticking very close to Ismark.
Ladies first.
Jafar kicks the door open.
Roll strength.
See where she gets it from.
Yeah.
That's a nat 1, but it bounced off my table onto my keyboard.
Alright, reroll.
Yes!
It's in the family.
That's another nat 1.
Wow.
Man, I tried to help you out, man.
I can't even weasel my way out of it. God, alright, go on.
Oh, shit.
Christ.
I was looking for something, but it doesn't matter.
I need my rolling plate back. We can grab my rolling plate.
Jafar goes up to the thing, and he goes to kick it, and his
This is
leg
like a...
almost like shatters. He doesn't quite break it, but you hear like almost like a crack. And he stumbles back. He's like, oh! And
It must be a pull door.
I'm afraid you take 5 damage from that.
Oh,
I was tempted to make you knock over the coffin, but I don't want their bodies
Oh.
desecrated.
That would be really funny.
I was going to say, well, clearly Aladdin got all the kicking prowess.
You haven't given me a lasting injury, so thank you. Next time I'll have to drop kick the door.
Dom, can you roll perception?
It's 12.
Okay, you hear Irina whispering to Ismark, "Are you sure this man can help us?" Ismark's look. I know he doesn't look like much, but
So I'm just gonna turn to Eirril and just go. I think you better try.
think I better try. I'm going to be dedicated door kicker.
Just push the door.
Yeah.
Don't kick it.
I think those muscles are just for show. I mean, they're not.
Probably.
sorry, what happened? I was reading
Well, it's
something.
very upset.
I just told Dan's character to push the door.
Okay. It does open.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm assuming it's marking out.
As I walk past, I'm just going to shake my head at Jafar.
He's lying on the floor, just clutching his head.
Oh wait, yeah.
Actually, no. If he's on the floor still, I'm gonna lower my arm and help him up.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh,
fine.
thank you.
That's fine. I'll make a key roll for that. Right. So I assume all of you kind of go in.
Yep.
So you are in the hallway. The doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel, which is just ahead of you. So I'll reveal it if you walk forward.
Yep.
The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see. Oh, actually,
What's
you can see
mildew?
this. I think
It's like moss.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, Moss.
So you guys actually can see this according to the book, so I'll reveal it all.
We got 2 Jafars on the go, by the way. Oh no, I deleted one.
Can
The
I
only
just-
difference is mildew is just it's more soggy, like it's a wet.
Soggy Moss.
Cool. So you can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer. Right. As you guys,
Maybe he's praying for like better furniture.
right. So as Sunny says that, you hear a scream.
Oh, shit.
Roll perception. Roll perception. Let's see if you can make out what it's saying.
I'm just gonna go. Maybe not.
16.
14.
9.
Right. So you two, Sunny and Dom, you can't make out what it is. Dan,
Wow.
it's going, Father!
Oh god. Manly voice, yeah.
It sounds masculine. Yep.
Yeah.
But it sounds like pretty horrendous. It's just, Father!
Is
Please!
oh god. Is that
Oh,
picture?
dear.
Is that picture accurate? All the benches are ruined.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Is it? I mean, does my dark vision not see anything better, or?
Oh, yeah.
You would see what everybody else sees.
Okay, fine.
The scream is not coming from the man in front of you. He's the one kind of, on the ground, like praying or whatever.
I mean, I don't suppose we're going to
Oh.
know.
It's not,
Can his thing not know which room if it's coming from one of the rooms?
yeah, so it's not coming from the guy on the altar. It's
I mean,
just
you can obviously see that it's not the guy on the altar because he's just kind of
okay.
bent over in prayer. With your rolls, you can't really tell. Dan, all right, Dan, maybe you
16.
can. All right, it kind of sounds like it's coming from underneath you.
Oh, fuck's sake. Basement.
Oh, I see.
Always
I
the
see.
basement.
Yeah, I can see why. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
fine. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Always the
Did-
basements.
So,
Wait, did you guys hear that? Or do I just have to...
they heard it, but they
We can
they
hear the
couldn't-
screaming.
They can
You
make
guys
out
We
what
can
it
hear
pointed
it.
it.
We just don't know where it is.
The
Sounds
screaming
like it's
will
coming from the
continue,
basement.
by the way. So it's gonna
Oh, God.
he's gonna keep screaming like in and out, Father.
I'm just
Oh,
going to turn to
Yeah.
it's Mark and go. Do you know where that screaming's coming from?
Smark says, "Ooh, actually, sorry. Let me check something. Do.
Oh, by the way, for the record, I don't look like her anymore. So stop that.
Oh yeah, I figured it.
Just
Okay.
thought I better, yeah, just clarify.
He's strange the whole campaign.
Yeah, no, don't ever mention it.
Fuck's sake, hang on, sorry. Do. It's not helpful.
Looks like pleb.
He does.
Okay, so Doru, sorry, not Ismark. So Ismark just turns to you and he says, I don't exactly know what the screaming is, but that's the reason nobody comes to this church anymore. It's just the good father here who spends his days praying.
And screaming.
My guess he does more than scream. He does more than praying.
He says, look, it's oh sorry, I just found the bit, fuck's sake. Alright, hang on. Do. Okay. He says, look, about a year ago, the father's son stormed Castle Ravenloft in revolt against Strahd. And ever since then, thus, the screaming started, and the father has secluded himself to this church. We rarely see him, but he is the only priest in town, and will need his help to perform the funeral rites.
Whatever. Just let's get this over and done with.
Okay. So these two are going to walk forward again. Irene is sticking very close, so I'll give you guys a chance now while they're walking forward if you want to do anything.
No. So is it well lit or fairly dark?
So in the chapel area itself is fairly well lit. In the bit you guys are standing, like the hallway, it's not lit, so
Can I
it's
do
kind
a
of dark.
perception check on the actual priest?
Yeah, so I presume you're all walking in.
It's only 8, so.
Okay.
Are these these side doors? Are they locked?
I mean, you can try them and find out.
I want to try the one. Try the one down here. Just sort of not like face it, but like casually, like put my hand to the side and try it. Turn on or whatever it is.
So that one, you can push it. It's not locked. Do you want to?
What does the experience
Can
tell
I?
you?
I want to have a look. I want to cast an illusion of myself in front of that door. I know it's only going to be 5 foot, but I don't think they're going to notice. And then walk into that door.
Okay. Do you two want to do anything while Sonny does this?
I'll cast Mage Hand and open one of the other doors.
Which one? Move your guy over to it.
I guess they all probably look the same, so I'll go to that one there.
Okay. Dom, do you want to do anything?
Well, there's a door that's moving up to.
Cool.
No one's going into the opposite door.
So we'll go in order. So Sonny.
Yep.
This is a dirty, lightless room with a wooden bed and a straw-filled mattress. Mounted above the bed's headboard is a wooden holy symbol. Can you roll perception?
Yeah. 19.
Right. With that, the room's very dusty. It clearly hasn't been used in a very long time. You think at least a year no one's been in here.
Okay. Nothing of value, I suppose, so that's fine.
Fuck all in here. Dan, as you walk in.
Yeah.
An old desk and chair stand against the south wall, a wooden holy symbol mounted above them, and it's in the shape of like a sunburst. A 10-foot-long iron rod attached to the north wall stands bare, suggesting a tapestry once hung there. Against the far wall stands a wooden cabinet with 4 tall doors.
Can I search the cabinet?
Yeah, I won't make you roll. There's a tinderbox. There's some blank parchment. There's 2 well-used books. They're called Hymns to the Dawn. A volume. And the Blade of Truth: The Uses of Logic in the War Against Diabolist Heresies, as fought by the Almist Inquisition.
My God.
That's a title and a half.
I'll
Practically.
take the tinderbox.
Okay, cool. You can have that. And Dom went into there. So Dom, you see, it's pretty similar to what Sunny saw. This dirty room contains a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress, next to which rests a small table with an oil lamp burning brightly on it. Mounted above the bed's headboard is a wooden sun-shaped holy symbol. Clearly
I'm gonna
used.
take the oil lamp. Actually,
Okay,
I need it. I don't have anything.
that's cool.
Alright. So after that, then I'll go back outside. Can I have a quick look and see what the other two are doing?
So I imagine they would all kind of come out at the same time, so you see them coming out of their respective
Yeah,
rooms.
but I meant more kind of the Ismark and
Oh right, sorry, yeah. So they're talking to. Oh fuck, just resized them. They're up here, up by the chapel, and they're talking to you. You can't make it out what they're saying from here, but they're talking to.
that's fine. I'm gonna do it while they're talking, and I've seen those two come out of those two rooms. I'm gonna go check this one on this last one.
Okay. So, time and neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this mouldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water. In one corner, set into the floor, is a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and a padlock. And the screams are extremely loud here. You can actually hear what he's saying. And it says, "Father, I'm starving! Father, please!"
Jesus.
Wow, man, where's Cade when you need him?
With the
I know, I have an idea.
And he, I can't bear it, please! I'm starving!
I'm gonna basically poke my head out and just whisper to those two guys. Go this way.
Yeah, we'll probably hear the sound growing louder anyway, so we go towards it.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so you two hear and see the same thing. It's very.
Does
Is it
anyone
coming
have a
from the
crowbar?
trapdoor?
I have a broken. Actually, I don't even think I have it anymore. I gave it to those kids.
Sure.
I've got a hammer.
Hammer might work because it's a chain.
It might be a bit loud though. They'll probably notice.
Should we ask permission to do this?
Give it
first?
to me. I have an idea.
Chances, if it's got a lock, chances are they don't
Yeah.
want us to be in there.
Maybe we should wait for the funeral and then come and save this poor man.
Father, please!
Look, we ain't Jafar the boy. Why are you locked in there?
Can you describe the? Oh, sorry.
I don't know. Would that do anything?
Does
You have to scream loud enough that everybody will be able to hear you, so it's up to you if you want to do
Okay,
that.
can you describe the trapdoor to me?
Yeah, fuck.
So, it's an iron chain and padlock,
Mhm.
and the trapdoor looks almost like swollen, and it's kind of like also sort of like extra wedged in place.
Okay, what about these clasps here? Are they wood?
They are wood. Yes.
Oh, fucking axe them.
Roll strength.
Right. Okay, that's a 16 plus 1 moment.
This is more post Kratos, isn't it?
Yeah,
Full
so
beard.
that's a 20.
Wow.
Unnatural.
So yeah, you swing down and it splinters the wood.
Yes, lad.
Yeah.
I'm just
So-
sort of out of in my head. I'm just going to go, wow, Cade's been replaced.
Hey,
So is that both of the latches?
I'll say it's better. I'll make you
Yeah.
roll.
So that, I guess another check to just like wrench the.
So basically, you're gonna have to wrench the trapdoor out.
I'm just gonna
'cause it's
pull
swollen
the
up.
trapdoor out. Yeah.
Roll strength.
And if any of this makes noise, Jafar's gonna be screaming at the same time to disguise the noise.
I mean, the guy's screaming so loudly, it'll kind of.
It's an 8 for that one.
An 8. So you actually can't move it. So you're yanking on it, and it doesn't really move.
Is there enough of a thing to peer into though?
No, it's swollen, so it's kind of blocking the thing. So
Okay,
you have to pull it.
I'll go for it. This is strength.
I'm gonna get splinters if I try again.
Oh, unnatural 20.
Wow.
Nice.
So Dan rips it off, and he just fucking just launches it to the side of the room.
I lose
I was going to be
I'm
like,
not
I'm
even
going to be
strong.
I'm going to stand in the corner and just like clap.
I
Boom.
With a big grin on my face.
Right, okay then. So, do you guys... So the screaming stops as soon as you do that. Do you guys want to like go down, basically?
Can I peer into it first?
So if
Just
you guys
without
look
going
over,
into it.
if you guys look over to the right,
What is it like? Is it a big drop or is it a ladder down?
so there's steps going down. Can you guys look far right? You'll be able to see something now.
Oh, hang on.
Oh
Like
yeah, cool.
So you see steps going down. It's very poorly lit.
I would like my oil lantern.
Ah,
Yes.
My plan is to poke my head down with my dark vision and see what I can see
okay.
first without going in.
Fine, I'll give you a bit of flavour text then. The church's undercroft has rough-hewn walls and floor made of damp clay and earth. Rotting wooden pillars strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel above slips through the cracks. That's it. That's what I'm going to tell you for now.
But I mean, even my dark vision is what it sees. Alright. I'm gonna go. I vote the big boy goes in first.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm just moving my guy. I lost him.
Alright.
There we go. I'm going down the stairs.
Cool.
I'll follow after.
All right. So, Dan, you going as well?
Yeah, wait. I'm just gonna move him. Where is he?
Can you all roll perception?
God damn it, it's a fucking dead guy.
1, baby.
21.
Nice. Dan?
15.
15. Fine. So Dan and Sunny. I'm sorry, I just need to find something here. Not in here. It's the wrong book. Fuck. Oh no, wait. I don't need to do that. Hang on.
Oh shit, let me add you on my Switch, Sonny.
Nice, man. This is so handy. I've got all the character sheets and stuff in here. Cool. So, Dan, Dom and Sunny,
Mm-hmm.
you see.
Dan.
You mean me?
Who did I say? Oh, sorry, Dan and.
Yes, no, not me.
yeah.
I see nothing.
Whoever rolled well, basically. You
Oh my god.
glimpse a gaunt shape in the far corner, and I'm gonna show you guys.
That token.
Like.
It's like
Did
that
the shouting?
So there's a little.
Oh my god.
Blimey.
Oh no, you see those teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do see those teeth.
We have to fuck this guy up.
Yeah.
So he kind of looks forward and he sees there's a group of you, and he kind of hisses and he's like, "Stay back!"
Did the screaming stop?
Is he changed to anything?
He is not chained.
Can I
Fuck.
do? Oh wait, it's not that well lit, so I can't really do like investigation or anything like that.
I should be able to though.
I mean, if you want to take the time to, what do you want to do?
I'm just gonna say to him, boys, did you see those fangs?
If you say that, I will probably throw a torch at him. I don't know.
How experienced a monster hunter are you?
Well, I've only
Okay.
taken down
Okay.
like a few.
So at this point, he's like, "I can smell your blood."
Stay back, foul beast, or you shall be slain.
He's like,
Oh
"I'm so
fuck, man.
hungry."
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna step behind these guys.
So he's kind of.
I'm
I'm
gonna
moving him around
prepare.
deliberately. He's kind of like circling
Oh,
around.
okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna just
It's
prepare.
like, I can
myself.
smell your blood. It smells so good.
Fuck off, yeah.
Right. At this point, he is going to make a run for the steps.
Shit.
I'm gonna tackle
Oh
him.
shit!
Oh, roll strength.
Oh, it's
That
athletics,
is
isn't it?
a 23. Oh, athletics. Would be
grapple,
more.
sure. Attacking him.
That's a 25. Be that shit, bitch.
Wow, he actually got very close, but you do manage to tackle him, and you
I'm just pinning him to the ground.
like, almost like a rugby tackle, and you're kind of like holding him down.
I'm pinning him to the ground.
He is extremely strong. You're barely holding him down. Like, he's like
Yeah.
bucking and thrashing. It's like, get away from me! Get off!
Oh, I didn't expect this, boys. He clearly could have just busted out of here this whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know what was keeping him down here.
All I've
Um,
got is rope, but if he, chances are, if you're barely holding him down, my rope's not going to do a damn thing.
Okay, well, I mean, can I ready my axe? Fucking laying him if he tries
So
anything.
because you're struggling, I'm gonna say no. If you had
Shit.
cleared it a bit more, then I would have said yeah.
I'm going to be readying Eldritch Blast, definitely.
I'm gonna ask him what his problem is.
He just hisses. He's like, "Your blood tastes delicious."
You haven't
Let me
tasted my
go!
blood.
Sorry, it smells delicious.
Correct.
I'm just checking something. Do. That's fine.
Shit, man.
He says,
I think
release me.
I think we
I,
should
d- I
take him out.
don't want to. I think Jafar's can elbow him, elbow him. Like, can I unarmed strike while I'm holding him down?
So you can't. But, well, if you want to, you have to roll strength again. See if you can pin him with one arm. While you do that. At this point, he's also thrashing, so I'm going to make you roll soon anyway, unless you guys do something.
Can I slash his Achilles heels?
Roll with advantage.
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay, so this is scimitar. So it's dex. But I've got.
No, it doesn't need to be. They're finesse, but you can use strength on them. Don't know which one's your better stat, but
I'm here for this.
Plus proficiency. Plus 5. Okay, so that's 17. Shall I bother roll? Shall I roll another one or?
Nope, that's it.
well, in case it's a nat 20.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
I see.
I mean that's 23. So.
Nice. Right, that's fine. That's a hit. Roll your damage.
Oh goddamn! What's scimitar?
D6, I believe.
It is a d6, yeah, plus your strength.
Plus whatever you're doing at dex or
6
strength.
overall.
6. Cool. So, 6. That's cool. Okay, so yeah,
very dex focused, isn't he?
Charisma, mainly.
Oh.
Just
Alright,
because spells.
Can everyone roll initiative? It won't necessarily be combat, but it's just so like we can kind of do it in order. Nice.
10.
Cool.
Is this initiative?
Yeah.
12.
I think that is a fat 5.
So Dan, it doesn't really seem to like affect him that much. Don, can you? Oh my god, oh, man. Actually, roll anyway.
So I can pick athletics for this, right?
Yeah.
17.
Okay, no. So he, after Dan slices at him, he throws you off, and he throws you with such force that he does 4 damage to you.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Blimey.
And he kind of gets up, but he's kind of like crouched, and he's like, he kind of hisses, and he says, "If you give me blood, I'll tell you what happened. I'll give you information."
I think we should get the others.
I don't think that's probably a good idea. I don't think we're supposed to be down here, let alone getting them involved.
He says, "My precious father left me to rot here. Release me."
Is your the guy upstairs?
Huh?
Priest.
Yeah, he hisses at that, and he's like, "Yes, Donovich."
In your opinion, would you be a menace to the people?
He says,
You
"Give
should
me
have
blood."
Right, we gotta
I think that's a pretty
sucker.
solid. Yeah, that's a pretty solid answer to that.
Fuck. I mean, I'm ready to take him out.
So he did use his turn, so it is Dan's turn because he used his turn getting free.
Yeah.
Just all my stuff is just attack. So I'm probably
That's
going
Nice.
to go. Yeah, I'll go for an Eldritch Blast.
Right, roll your damage.
blimey. Eldritch Blast Brothers.
So, where is it? So what am I rolling? To attack.
Yep.
So what do you add on this?
Nothing.
It's just nothing.
No,
Nothing.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Only
It's just
warlocks
spells.
can add charisma to it.
No, to hit, you can do your charisma plus.
To
proficiency.
Yeah,
hit,
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
to
for
hit,
damage
yeah,
is just
yeah,
a straight.
Yeah,
D10,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
to hit it's
that's it.
I think it's 8 plus proficiency plus whatever your spell ability modifier is, which I'm guessing is charisma. If charisma is your biggest stat, I don't know.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Oh, so it's, wait. So it's 8 plus proficiency.
No, no,
Sorry,
it's
sorry,
you roll
no,
a
no, no,
d20
no, sorry,
plus
okay.
proficiency.
That's
plus
spell. Sorry, yeah. 8 is the spell
spell
save.
save. Yep,
That's only 12.
12.
So
So you summon your Eldritch Blast, you let loose, and he just jumps over it, basically.
damn, that's bad
Right.
roll.
Alright, Sunny, it's your turn.
Yep, I'm going to do the same thing.
Mhm.
18.
Okay, that's a hit.
10. Where's the 10? Yeah. 10 damage.
What's this? What are you using?
Eldritch Blast.
Okay, that's fine. So as he jumps over Dan's one, you launch yours, and obviously because he's in midair, it just impacts him in the chest. He kind of gets knocked back and he kind of tumbles over.
I'm just going to turn to Eirril and go, dig that. Oh, it's done.
Done. Your turn.
Right, I'm gonna launch ammo with some hand axes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just go for one hit, normal,
That's
which
fine.
is a. I think that's a 14. No, 15.
15. That is a hit.
Okay. So that's. I should have used my bonus action first. I'm gonna rage as my bonus action.
Ooh. Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
That's 4, 5. Oh fuck. That's 8 damage.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna rage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Sorry. And then that's your turn, is it?
Yeah. I've also got
Mhm.
something called Divine Smite. This is something about a spell slot, so I'm gonna Google it quick
Okay.
because it's the Unearthed Arcana.
Sorry. What did you hit him with,
Oh,
Dom? How much damage? did you do?
Just my hand axe, 8
Oh, okay.
damage.
So that is actually, unfortunately for you, going to be halved.
Oh, seriously.
Mhm.
One of your things not silvered, is it? Okay.
Okay, so he stands up and he says, "If you're not going to give me blood, I'll just have to take it from you." And he's going to lunge
Oh,
at
fuck.
Sunny.
God, for fuck's sake.
What's your armor class, Sunny?
Not high, if I remember correctly. 13.
13.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Pub just gave me the wrong thing.
Oh, okay. Two sets. Oh,
I'll say
damn.
Divine
It's gonna
Smite
be-
doesn't make sense. Assuming you're a barbarian. Wait, a
Mm.
barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Oh, fuck. Ugh. Okay, so Sunny, he lunges at you, like snarling, and he swipes. He's like clawing at you, and you kind of fall back, like holding up your arms, like sort of protect yourself. And he does 14 damage to you.
Oh my god. Might have to run from this one, lads.
Oh, 4 does 14 damage, so.
So as you
Charge
kind
now.
of reel back, Sunny,
Nice.
he kind of licks, like like his fingertips, and he's like, "Oh!"
Oh no.
So weird.
Dan, is you next?
Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's even worse. God damn it. It's only 11.
Xyril?
Fucking
That is unfortunately not a hit. So I'm guessing that's with your scimitar. You run up to him, and he just swipes down, and he like bats your hand down away. Look, yeah. Okay, Dom, your turn.
Okay. So what I was meaning to do.
Isn't it my turn next?
Oh, I actually mixed up the order. So Dan, I mean you missed anyway. So
Yeah, doesn't matter.
I'll just skip your next turn if that's okay. It's Dom's turn.
Okay, fine.
Cool. Okay. What I was meaning to do is activate Divine Fury.
Right,
Which?
not rage. Is that? So we're not raging.
No. That is rage. That comes.
Oh,
with
okay.
rage.
Oh, okay. Fine.
So. If you do so, you become cloaked in an aura of divine power until the rage ends. At the end of each of your turns for that duration, each creature within 5 feet of you takes damage equal to 1d6 plus half your barbarian level. The damage is necrotic or radiant. You choose the type of damage when you gain this feature. Obviously radiant because he's a good boy.
Good choice. Good choice.
So I'm gonna launch at him again.
Roll.
I think so. So bonus action.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and hit him.
Okay.
That's a nat 20.
Wow. Nice.
Nice.
So that's 5. So that it's just the base damage that's doubled, right?
Yes.
So that's 10.
So this bit isn't radiant, is it?
No, this isn't radiant.
Okay.
So that's 10.
Freaking paladin barbarian.
That was 10 damage total.
Yeah. 10 plus
So-
4. No, 14. Sorry, 14 total.
So he's going to take 7 from that.
And then so that was my bonus action. So for my main action, I'm going to try and grapple him again.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that cool?
Yeah, I'll let you do that. Yeah, roll
So
strength.
that's 17.
You are unable to grapple in. He shoves
Fuck
you back.
me.
What about
And
your
then
radiant damage?
My
Is that-
radiant damage will be so it's 1d6 plus half my barbarian level, presumably rounded down.
Yeah. do that.
So 2 plus 3 rounded down. That's 1. 3 damage. 3 radiant damage though.
Fine. So when you hit him with the radiant damage, it kind of smokes a little, and he visibly like hisses and reels back. It's like, ah! Right.
Yeah, get fucked, beast.
At this point, you hear running footsteps, and the priest and Ismark are going to come down. And Ismark's going to be like, "What the hell is going on here?"
This ain't gonna be good.
No.
He pounced at us.
He's like, "What is going on down here? Why are you down here?"
Yeah, this fucker came at us.
Oh, I'm just gonna. Is this really the time to talk about this? We're in a bit of a situation.
Yeah. Life threatening.
Can we sort the situation out and then we'll explain it?
Okay. So Ismark's like pulls out. Oh, hang on. Oh my God, Ismark. There we go.
He might be good in combat.
So Ismark's gonna pull out 2 long swords, and he is gonna also go for Doru.
Wait, does the priest do anything as he comes down?
He will do something in a moment. I just too much to do at one time.
Yeah.
I don't need to do what I was thinking of doing, which is handy.
10. Nice. So he does 10 damage, which gets half to 5. Cool. So yeah, Ismark runs in swinging with both blades. One of them misses. The other one does catch Doru, and Doru again like hisses. He's like, ah! Right. So at this point, Donovich is gonna come down like the steps more. Hang on, move everyone around. He's visibly crying, and he says, "No, stop! Don't hurt my son. He can still be saved."
Oh,
And
at this point, we need saving.
He's gonna run up to you, Sonny, since you're the closest. Can you roll strength?
Fucking hell. Why me? 9.
Okay. Lucky man. So he attempts to actually like grapple you, and he's basically like trying to like hold you, say like, "No, please don't, not my son. He's my only son." But you manage to kind of like push him off.
Yeah.
With difficulty.
Don't-
But
Look, I won't attack him, but you got to stop him attacking us.
he says, "Look, please, just subdue him, please. Just don't kill him. That's all I ask."
We'll go non-lethal.
Fine.
He kind of falls to his knees, and he's like, "Thank you." So now it is Doru's turn. So he's going to go for Ismark.
Hang on, I didn't get a turn at all.
No, so I mixed up the order. You'll come back soon.
Okay.
I have to skip Dan's turn, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Sorry, I've got it all covered.
Okay.
Slowly. So Doru actually misses on both his hits.
Nice.
So now it's funny because Dan, I skip you out.
That's alright.
Alright. My plan is behind, I guess, in this box, this square here, in
Mhm.
front of Doru.
Yep.
I'm going to minor illusion a pool of blood on the floor.
Interesting. What's your...
Nice.
Oh, I guess it will happen when it's Doru's turn, but that's your action then, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do that
Put it under me.
as... yeah, that cantrip has to be my action. So I'm going to try and see if I can do a spell. Is it going to work though?
Just to clarify, with dual wielding these hand axes, I can make 2 attacks in one turn, as in like 1 main action and then 1 extra attack, right?
Yep.
Shit. Oh, I think the second one doesn't get my strength modifier.
No, it wouldn't unless you have
No,
like the dual.
it doesn't unless you have the feet. But
Okay.
the thing is, if you attack with a second weapon, like dual wielding wise, it takes up your bonus action.
Yes.
Yeah, in that case, you're going to need to add more health onto the vampire guy.
Oh, really? How
Yeah,
much?
I added my strength mod for.
Oh,
last
okay. What's
attack.
your strength mod?
It was just 4, so I gave him 4 health.
4
Can
health.
I?
Okay.
Okay, the thing I'm going to do then, so I'm going to cast spell in my bonus action.
Mhm.
Can I cast suggestion on him? on Doru.
It's a wisdom save, isn't it?
Yes.
Magically influence a creature you can see that can harm you. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune. It has to be reasonable. Okay, what do you want to suggest?
I just wanted to basically calm the fuck down.
So, is that what you're...
Stop attacking us, basically. The blood is there as a if in case it fails, basically.
Right. What's your DC or spell save?
15.
Haha. He actually does relax a bit. He kind of eases off a bit.
Yes.
And he says, I just want blood.
So I'm gonna turn to the priest and go, there, sort it out.
It's not quite over yet, because he is looking at you and he says, I need blood. I haven't fed in over a year. I'm
Well, again,
starving.
that pool of blood is still appearing in front of him. Like, it's still on the floor in front of him.
I mean, he's kind of waiting to see how you react to this. I mean, he's addressing all of you when he's saying this.
Yeah,
You can drink your own blood, you little bitch.
Oh.
Doesn't work like that. Doru,
I was going to say, look,
Donovich
there's
is
some
leaving.
right. I'm going to say, look, there's some on the floor in front of you. Drink that.
He tries, and obviously it's an illusion, so he can't. And he stands up to his full height. He's like, Deceiver!
Oh.
I've been called worse.
So you just pissed him off, basically. Right. Dom, it's your turn.
I'm gonna fucking try and smash his teeth in.
Wow, okay.
So with this, I'm using the back of the hand axe. Oh, actually, well, I should probably try and grapple him. So extra attack again. So this won't get my strength.
You're trying to grapple, sorry?
You can't extra attack without attacking.
No.
No,
No.
so extra attack says you can only retake an attack action if you've taken one already.
Can I not attack as a bonus action while dual wielding though?
I think it's not. I don't know, but normally I think it's assumed that when you do that, you've attacked the first time. But
I will
think,
say, if you want to
I don't know
grapple,
what the official ruling is.
I would say if you want to grapple, you kind of have to go for a grapple. Like, it's hard to, like, try and pin someone and then take out your sword and also hit them.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, do you
I'll
want
just try pinning them.
roll strength?
Well, athletics, isn't it? So
Well, yeah, whatever you want to use.
That's 11.
You actually do manage to pin him. So,
Nice. Okay,
Dom,
cool.
with his 7-foot glory, goes up and just smacks him
Great
into the
chokes
ground.
on him.
And he's just like hissing and kind of like thrashing again. Ismark is like, what in Night Mother's name is this? And then he turns to...
Oh, no, go on.
He just says, he turns to Donovich, he says, you've been keeping him here all this time. And Donovich just crying. He's just like, he's my only son. I just didn't know what to do.
Nice.
Ismark like calls Donovich out, and Donovich says,
Oh,
he's my only son. Oh, sorry, his voice is hoarse and weak. He's my only son. He says, I've been praying every day since he returned that the Nightmare sent a cure for him, and I know if I keep the faith that he will be cured. Please.
I'm just going to turn to him.
Someone else can help me pin this guy.
He is thrashing about like still.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we
He's not-
try and like incapacitate him or just knock him out? Or how do we do that? To knock
I mean, it's up
someone
to you, man. You can beat him, I guess, while he's pinned.
Yeah, I'll just
So-
beat him in the head.
Look, yes, with D&D, to knock someone out, you have to deal damage to them. To put them to 0 HP.
But you have to declare it's non-lethal.
Correct.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
beforehand.
Is he bloodied? How's he looking?
He's looking pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
That-
yeah, you're right about the two weapon things. To get
Cool.
the second hit, I have to do a normal attack.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay, so
Hmm.
so at this point, Doru is gonna kind of ease back a little bit. He's like, "If you give me blood, I can give you information."
I was going to say, how much blood do you need exactly?
He kind of flicks his eyes about and he says, "If I could feed off of all of you."
But then that's not really going
That's
to
not
work. How you?
happening, pal.
He's trying to take us to the cleaners, lads. Let's
Why
smash
don't you
his
just
teeth
"I'll-
in.
Give him a
He
few
says-
drops.
He says, "I have not fed in over a year. I must have decent amount of blood.
Can someone else pin him?
Right,
Well,
so
I'm not
you
really
guys
got-
are taking
I'm-
time.
well-
It's going to go back up his turn, just while you're talking. So Dom,
Or
roll
someone come stomp his teeth in.
Can I Eldritch Blast his mouth? I don't know if that really works.
It's force, so like
It's force, but I don't know if it's
How?
like
Dom,
Yeah.
what was your strength roll?
13.
Okay, unfortunately, he does throw you off again, pretty
I
far.
thought it was calm.
Mm.
So he is going to throw Dom off, but then he's going to kind of circle round a bit. Ismark is like fucking at the ready with like his two long swords, and he says, "I just require blood. There's no need for us to fight."
my vote, since number one dad over here locks him under in the basement. I reckon you should give him some blood.
Yeah, come on, you haven't been feeding your son for over a year.
He says, "He's inhuman. I can't. I must. I want him to be cured. I can't facilitate this."
There isn't much that
I don't
can
think
cure
they-
something
I'm
like
just
this.
I'm gonna say I don't even think you have a choice. If you don't do it, we're all gonna be dying. We're all gonna be killed.
Roll persuasion.
Oh fuck you now. 8.
Unfortunately, it's not enough. So Donovich shakes his head and he says, I cannot be a part of this evil. This is unnatural."
Well, you should have ended it
Oh,
long ago,
hang on.
Donovich. I mean, you can't just keep your son locked up here for a year and expect everything to
He
be
says-
fine and dandy.
He says, "I have faith that he will be restored." Right, at
Can
this
I-
point,
can
Doru
I-
is going to cut in. He says, "I grow tired of waiting. What say you?"
I say we let him
Oh,
meet
so-
his dad.
I was gonna try and use suggestion on the priest.
Just like cut off one of his limbs and feed him.
Well, I was just gonna, I was just kind of gonna say, use suggestion on the priest, let him feed,
We
and then
kinda-
the rest of us just walk out and leave him.
But we kind of need him to do the ceremony, but
Well, they need him to do the ceremony.
yeah, could just.
So at this point, Ismark looks to you and he says, "Are you suggesting that we allow this filth to feed on the good father?"
Have you got a better option? The only other option is that, or we kill him. Which I don't see that happening. He seems to be
Ismark.
pretty tough.
Kind of taps his long swords
Is he
against
bloodied?
the
No,
no,
he's strong.
no.
Oh.
So
Vampires
Ismark kind of
pretty
taps
high.
his long swords on the ground and he says, "I say we kill him."
Fuck it out.
Right. Unfortunately, at this point, combat is going to resume because a resolution wasn't reached. So,
Yep.
right. So Doru at this point is going to lunge at Ismark since Ismark just like called him out, basically.
Can't let his mark die.
Could you imagine?
Okay.
What if
Game
we
over,
just
man.
throw the priest into Doru and just say
That's pretty much an option, though, isn't it?
feeding time?
I mean, it's up to you, man. What you want to do?
I couldn't do
I
that.
don't-
My strength's nowhere near high enough.
I'm not going to stop you, but I won't do it.
Okay, so he lunges at Ismark, and again he kind of does like the sort of swiping attack he did on Sunny. One of them misses. He does catch Ismark on the other one, and Ismark kind of like falls back in pain. Dan, it's your turn.
I'm gonna look at you, Dan. Look at Eirril, and just kind of like make the eyes. Look at you. Look at the priest, and then look at Doru.
Would it be a strength check for me to push him into him?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I don't want to do a strength check.
You got to decide quickly what you're gonna do because.
I'm gonna I'll just blast him.
Alright, roll to hit.
If I fucking hit. There we go, much better. 22.
Nice, there's a hit.
So, we don't have proficiency, and it's just a D10, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I didn't do my my radiant damage to him.
Nice.
Oh, you can do it now.
Yeah,
I'll
thank
add
you.
it in.
That's 14.
14. Wow.
I
Nice.
get
Jesus.
to add my charisma modifier.
Oh,
to
you got
it.
the invocation.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh wow, you get invocations as well.
Free,
Blimey.
free from me, Haiss.
Free from you. Nice. Good shit, guys. And okay, cool.
What's his condition now? Is he
He's-
any
he's-
different?
He's actually looking a bit shaky now. He's bloodied.
I reckon
Oh, wow.
we shoot him.
Does he like stumble? Force.
He
Force.
he does. So he does. So we'll say he kind of gets knocked back and kind of tumbles back towards one of the pillars.
Nice.
It's Sunny's turn.
Right. I don't really see any other way out
Dom,
of it.
he's hissing from. Sorry, it's steaming from where the radiant damage kind of inflicted him.
Good bitch.
Anyone have any holy water? I mean, it's a
No. I've no. Basically, I'm just going to Eldritch Blast him then.
Roll
I
to
don't really
hit.
see much option. $16, I believe.
That is. Ooh, I don't know if that's a hit.
9.
It is a hit. All right, roll your damage.
Nice. There's a D10 gone. Here. Come on. 10 again.
Wow, cool. So again, he gets like blasted into this pillar, and the pillar actually kind of like crumbles around him. Dom, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna go for the 2 hits this time. I think.
Roll 2.
I'm gonna fucking charge at him. That is 20. It is +6, right? Sorry, I'm not used to this guy yet. Yeah,
That's good.
that's the 20
Yeah, it's
and
proficiency
a
plus strength. I
17.
Nice. Those are both hits, in fact.
So that's
So tell me your
that's
total damage, and then I'll have to halve it.
16.
Total, so that's 8.
16, and then 4 plus 1, 5 radiant damage, and my rage ends now. And I haven't been adding my fucking bonus damage from my rage either.
Damn. So he is looking extremely weakened. He's like got blood streaming off him. Yeah, it's not looking good.
I could have been adding damage to my rolls like every turn.
Okay, so now it's Mark. So he's gonna swipe at Doru with his 2 longswords.
Where is this Mark? Sorry, can you move him?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. He is here. So he's gonna kind of run over here. Nice. Wow, so Ismark hits him with both his longswords.
Nice.
13, 16. So he does 16 damage, which is going to get halved down to that. Cool. So Ismark goes up and he just swipes down like across his chest, and Doru is like screaming
Nice.
as he kind of like reels back. So at this point, Donovich is going to run towards Ismark and he's going to try and restrain him. He's crying, "You promised not to kill him! You promised!"
This guy's fucked, man.
Ismark just shoves him to the ground and he says, "This foul creature, you've kept him alive long enough."
Yeah, well said.
Right, so now it's Doru. So, are you standing there, Dom? You're both pretty beefy, though.
Yeah.
Alright, he's going to jump on Donovich. He's on the ground. And he's going to try and grapple him. And he actually fails.
Oh wow.
Wow,
So-
you miss.
He's so weakened. He just rolled really shit. He's so weakened that Donovich, even though he obviously loves his son and all that, he kind of just pushes him away as like a reflex, like a fear reflex. He's just like, no, and he kind of hits like a weakened spot, like one of the wounds, and Doru like kind of hisses and falls back. Right, Dan, and I'll warn you, he looks fucked. So it's up to you what you want to do.
End him.
Thing is, with spells, I don't think you can not kill them with a spell.
That's
Like, I don't
true.
think you
So if you're
Force
There's
casting
no
a
such thing as a
spell,
non-lethal.
no, I agree. So you can't do a non-lethal spell.
I mean, I'm a freaking monster hunter. I'm going to go for an Eldritch Blast. I'm going to turn
Yeah.
to Donovich and say, this should have been done a long time ago. Oh,
Roll
fuck,
to
wait,
hit.
I probably... I could just fuck everything up now. And I have... shit. That's 12.
Okay, so it's actually a miss. So as Doru's kind of like thrashing around on the ground,
No,
you
actually... Oh, that's 13. But
Okay, no,
it's
it's unfortunately it's still a miss. Sunny, it's you next.
Can I take back that line?
Nope.
I'm just gonna say there's no cure for this, and then do an Eldritch Blast. 18.
Okay, roll your damage.
Should really keep my D10. Oh. Wow. Probably overkill. 14.
And you blast him with such strength that he flies back into another pillar and it collapses around him, and Doru is dead.
Yes.
Good work. Good work. So at this point, Donovich just collapses on the ground, just weeping. He's just crying. And Ismark is kind of standing over him. He just shakes his head and he sheaths his two longswords. And then he turns to you three and he says, This was well done. This needed to be done.
Proved ourselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Indeed,
Maybe now you'll trust us.
Yeah.
He says, yes, I do. I'm sorry if I came across like, cold before, but you don't know who you can trust in these times. But this to me proves that you are no friend of Strahd. Strahd.
Big S means
Shaft.
Big shafty.
Can I examine the corpse? Have I seen anything like this before?
No, you wouldn't have. Roll investigation.
Nat 20.
Wow, nice. Huh. Right. Let me think
So,
about it.
do we know, is it vampire folklore, out there and such?
Not for you, because you're on. The problem is because you're on a farm and you wouldn't really come across.
Oh, yeah, fuck all, whatsoever.
But then saying that,
Right,
though,
okay,
there's
alright.
still
On a
like
nat
vampire
20.
stories and stuff.
On a nat 20, I'll tell you the stuff. So you recognise that from folklore, you think it's a vampire spawn. So it's not a full vampire. It's kind of like a more underling thing that full vampires use to kind of do whatever. Like they're minions almost.
Like a thrall.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, exactly.
They're like freshly converted normally, but yeah.
You notice that he's got so you know that some of the places you struck him have healed, and you can kind of tell because it's recently healed flesh. But then most of the wounds he received didn't heal. Since you got nat 20, I'll just make the leap for your character that you reckon it's to do with the radiant damage that you were inflicting. It seemed to be healing until then, and once you started using your radiant damage, it stopped healing, and those wounds stayed.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, it's hard to tell you more, but I'd say that on a nat 20 is a fair bit.
This foul beast must be destroyed. It's evil. With this, Jafar's gonna strike his axes into a nearby pillar. He's gonna rage again, so he's got the radiant damage, and he's gonna hug the corpse until it's completely burnt to a crisp.
Nice. Oh,
wow! So
I'll let
you emanate radiant energy.
Yeah.
That's fucking
You
cool. So
basically,
you
it
see
is
white,
basically Super Saiyan.
light, basically, kind of wisping off of him, and he's just holding it, and Doru just is vaporized. So there is nothing left. Donovich is just staring ahead, blankly into a wall on his knees. And Ismark just shakes his head, and he turns to you three, and he says, we should leave this place.
Curse
I'm just going to say, well, bright side, Priest Man, you've got all this space to renovate.
Ismark just stares at you flatly, and then he turns and he says, "Let us return." And he looks at Donovich, and he kind of just shakes his head. He's like, "This is a sad day, but as I said, it is for the best." And he's going to turn and go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I assume you guys are going to follow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
I'll show him up. He will do later.
Okay, so Irina starts asking what happened, and Ismark says, "I'll later, not now." She kind of nods.
She could have helped.
Are you saying that?
Yes.
Okay, so she turns and glares at you, and she says, "I would have come, but my brother told me to stay here." And then
You would have
Ismark
been more
crosses
use
his.
than he was.
Ismark turns and looks at you, and he looks kind of up at you, and then he looks back down and he says, and then he says, "Look, Donovich told us how to perform the funeral rites. He also suggested that we carry out the funeral close to midnight. We didn't get he didn't get a chance to explain why before we heard what was going on downstairs. So I'm just gonna say like it's a few hours until midnight.
Okay.
I suggest we wait and perform the ritual, the funeral.
Okay.
In that case, then I'm going to go into that little bedroom,
Mhm.
and I'm going to cast Find Familiar.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Jafar's going to chat with. I don't know Dan's character's name.
Eirril.
Did you want to say shit?
Sorry?
Did you want to say shit?
No, I mean, if you guys want RP now, like, nothing will happen until midnight.
I've heard about your kind before. It felt pretty fucking good putting that unholy beast to death. I haven't felt that alive in years.
It's
Actually, that's sort of what you guys RP too, so.
It's good to come across challenging opponents now and again, but beasts like that really do have to be put down.
I agree.
It's my duty to adventure the lands and destroy beasts like that.
Without my
As long as you
daughter,
don't come anywhere, as long as you don't come anywhere near me, then I'm all right.
just don't do evil shit. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Or as long as you use your powers to end those who would do harm to innocents, like that fucker.
Yeah.
Without my daughter, I thought I would be lost for purpose. But as long as we keep on slaying these heinous beasts, I'm good to stick with you lads.
I think we may have a higher purpose now.
Yeah, it works for me.
Fucking squad.
What is
Out of interest, I'm going to turn to Jafar, and I go. Out of interest, that sickle, that was Aladdin's. I don't suppose I could hold on to it. It'd be nice to have something to remember her by.
Mm.
He probably wants it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have the pitchfork. I'm gonna. You can have it for now. I'm sure. You were the last one to speak to her. Yes.
I was, yes.
Okay. I am gonna require it back when I feel experienced enough to wield it myself.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. I don't even think I'm proficient in it, but yeah.
All right. He kneels and hands you the sickle.
I'm just gonna sort of like ceremonially use both hands to lift it up off
Good.
from you.
If you lose this, I will tear your throat out.
That's fine. I'm not planning on using it. I'm just, memento.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So,
Oh yeah. While you were having that conversation, then it's only gonna take me an hour to cast Find Familiar.
Get a lobster.
No, I'm actually getting a spider.
Oh. Sneaky.
Yes. So I'll just quickly run down a spider.
Spider's a really cool familiar to have.
Yeah. So it does. It's 20-foot speed, and 20-foot climb, and it doesn't. It can climb up any surface. It can even do difficult surfaces and upside down without any ability checks. So just basically, yeah, Spider-Man,
Yep.
obviously.
Superman.
While in contact with a web, the spider knows the exact location of any other creature in contact with the same web. And it ignores any movement restrictions. And it has +4 to stealth. And it also has dark vision of 30 feet as well. So
very cool.
and obviously it's tiny. So yeah, that's probably what gives it its +4 to stealth. Because
Yep.
But what I'm going to do is the spider's going to sort of live in my pocket, in my jacket.
Cool. That's fine. That's fine. Does anybody else have any RP they wanted to do?
Oh, I'm going to just sort of have the spider in my hand. I'm going to call you Spiny
Spiny.
and put it in my pocket.
Cool.
And then
Anybody
obviously,
else
once
have-
I've done that, I'll join.
Anybody else have any RP they want to do?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. So I'm just going to move you guys back here. And you are basically all standing in this area here. You can probably see it, like the sort of graveyard. I'm not going to RP the funeral. It's obviously just sort of very sad and dignified.
Mhm.
They both say like a few words, and as they bury their father. Right. So at this point, it is midnight, and something is going to happen now. So let me just see if I've got like a thing for this, which
It's
I can
gonna
give
be a
you.
big something.
We'll see. No, unfortunately, I don't have a picture. So, okay. So you're all just sort of standing around. An eerie green light suffuses the graveyard. From this light emerges a ghostly procession, wavering images of doughty women toting great swords,
Raves.
woodwise men with slender bows, dwarves with glittering axes, and archaically dressed mages with beards and strange pointed hats. All these and more march forth from the graveyard, their numbers growing by the second. So basically, like a huge procession of green ghosts, glowing with green light, emerge from the graves, and they start walking off towards an area out of town.
Can I like investigate this? Because I feel like I might have something. I don't know. I feel like I could have experience with it. I don't know. Because it's like
Roll. I'm just thinking what you would roll for this.
it's just investigation.
It might be an intelligence.
So
It feels
I
like an
have-
intelligence check.
Yeah, I'd say
Because-
intelligence.
So I have advantage on wise wisdom survival checks to track your undead or fiends. But then, nah, it's not really anything like that.
It's not really a
No,
tracking.
So it's,
I would
I
do
would pro-
intelligence for that.
Yeah, I'm probably like history maybe.
You wouldn't have
But-
seen something like this before.
okay. Well, Arcana. I don't know.
Religion or something, but yeah, I mean,
Okay, you can roll Arcana if you like. Yeah.
I think that's good for me. Yeah. 14.
Okay.
Nice roll.
So unfortunately, you can't really tell anything. It's obviously you've never seen anything like this before. You can tell it happens every midnight. I guess it seems like a regular sort of thing that happens. Both Ismark and Irina are kind of like, and Ismark says, "I've heard stories of this. They call it the March of the Dead."
this is some freaky stuff.
Yeah, he says the rumors say that they march all the way to Castle Ravenloft, but as for why, no one knows. Perhaps it was the Devil Strahd who did it. Perhaps not.
What's for reference? Was Castle Ravenloft Death House?
Sorry, what's what?
Castle Ravenloft.
So actually, you guys wouldn't necessarily know because you are new here, so you can ask if you like.
Castle Ravenloft. Where is this place?
He says Castle Ravenloft is where the Devil Strahd resides. Nobody can get in unless you receive an invitation from Strahd himself. Everyone knows where it is.
He gets
Everyone
his
knows
digs.
the location of him.
Well, yes, yeah, it's no secret. He lives in Ravenloft. It's his castle. But as I said, you'll not be able to get in without an invite.
We shall see about that.
Right. At this point, he says we should go. And he sort of beckons to Irina.
Yeah,
Right.
fine by me. This place freaks me out.
She's
So-
happy.
At this point, no, you don't need to roll perception. You all hear wings flapping, and it's quite loud. And there's a sudden rush, and a huge swarm of bats comes in, and it surrounds all of you.
Oh, this is it.
And then it kind of
No.
This is
shoot up and they disperse like sort of into the fog. And you hear growls.
Yeah, how about we move quickly?
it. Seems like
Hold
we're
up, so I need
disturbing something here.
These on. I don't know if I can just drag these on. Yep, one. Fuck.
Oh no.
3.
I shouldn't have blown all my rages.
Fucking hell. I've got like 10 health left.
Okay.
Should have used some hit.
So wolves come and surround you, and they're sort of growling and snarling at you.
Are they like normal wolves or are they like some weird ghost wolves?
They don't look normal to you.
Is the
And then
graveyard not like fenced off? They just come on and stroll in.
Yeah, I mean it's not.
I guess
It's
not
almost like an
kids.
iron fence. If you imagine it, you've seen them probably like a graveyards sort of
To be
thing.
fair, a wolf can easily
Yeah.
vault a fence.
It could, yeah. So what's a mausoleum? Is it just kind of like a large?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Big-
out of the fog emerges
Ah,
Shit.
there it is. There it is. There it is.
So
I'm gonna nudge sort of Eirril or Jafar, whichever one's closer, and go big S. I reckon.
He's the man himself.
So yeah, this man, who obviously you've all presumed is Strahd, and he emerges from the fog, and he says, "Ah, my brave adventurers, I've been looking forward to meeting you."
As are you. The
I'm
mighty
sorry.
Strahd
Hello.
that they talk about.
Aren't you going to introduce yourselves?
I'm gonna bow and go. I'm Xyril.
Manners.
Zip my hat.
Manners.
My little
Manners.
my top hat.
I'm gonna. Oh, not sure how like. I'm just gonna say I'm Eirril. I'm not gonna give too much away.
And he turns to you and he says, "And your large friend here."
I'm gonna grunt. You're a bad dude.
He says, "I am the ruler of Barovia. Good and bad are subjective to my will, and my will alone." He says, "Ah, and I see you've got my beloved Titania with you." And he turns to Irina, and she kind of draws back, and she's got a dagger out, and she says, "You monster, stay away from me." He looks at all of you and he says, well, I expect we'll be meeting each other much more in due time. But for now, I've only here for one thing." And he kind of reaches out his hand and he says, "Titania, my love, you have paid your respects to your father. Come to me, my darling."
She is hands off, my friend.
I'm just gonna go. That's not a name,
Spoken
by the
for,
way.
sir.
Just that's not her name, by the way. Just so you know, I think you've got a bit of a mistaken identity going on here.
Okay.
Bit of identity theft going on.
He kind of tilts his head and he looks at you and says, "Ah, yes, the tiefling who allowed two of his friends to die. I remember you."
Allow is a strong
Allowed.
word. Allow is a strong word. Yeah.
Would you
Your that house, whatever was going on, some freaky shit was going on in there.
You say, "Well, I'll say this for you. I'm impressed you managed to make it out alive."
That house must be destroyed.
He says,
Yeah.
"Ah, yes, and the man who came seeking his daughter. Tell me, did you...
I was
How-
very kind of-
How was she when you found her?"
I didn't find her.
"No, you didn't. You found her pasted remains."
Fuck you, man.
Can I just
Interesting.
turn?
you know,
I want to turn to him and go, "Wow, man! If you can see things like that,
yeah.
we should go gambling. I bet you should use that to do some gambling. You make some mad coin."
Roll charisma.
Oh, okay. 17.
So he smiles, but it's not like... He doesn't look like he's enjoyed it. He just gets kind of like a sort of a cold smile. And he just says, perhaps in time. I'm sure we have many more things ahead of us to look forward to. But enough of this chatter. Titania, that wasn't a request. Come. And he holds his finger out and he kind of like beckons like that. And his eyes flare red. And Irina
no.
kind of jerks and she starts like walking. She's kind of, you can see her kind of like trying to pull back, but she's slowly sort of walking towards him.
Can I go towards her and hold her back?
You can.
And just
Yep.
like put out my arm or something. Just stop.
Okay.
She is
it's
not your
Mark.
property.
Ismark steps forward at this point. He says, "Well spoken." Sorry, what's your name again? Eirril.
Eirril.
He says, "Well spoken, Eirril. I will not let you have my sister, you monster." And he draws his two long swords. And Strahd simply turns and walks back a bit. And then turns back to you and he says, "Kill them." And
Shit.
everyone roll initiative.
Mute. All right.
Oh, shit.
18.
Do you mind if we call it after the first round of
Yeah.
combat or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Thank
Or if
you.
you guys like, we can roll initiative. I'll save it and then we can carry on
Yeah,
next time.
sounds good.
Rather than...
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Cool.
I got 18 initiative.
Right, let's do you guys first. So Sonny got 18.
Oh, I do have one. I've got one rage left.
Okay, cool.
Nice. Gonna need it.
Yeah.
I got 2.
God.
Rank 2, Dom.
7. Oh wait, no, sorry, 9.
Dom got 9. Right, let me do everybody else. I have to do all these fucking. I'll roll the walls without you guys, so I don't have to waste your time because that'll take ages.
Apparently, I can do 2 cantrips in a turn.
Oh really?
Well, I could. So that remember when I listed it before? You can
Yep.
do a cantrip as an action and a cantrip as a bonus.
Oh really?
Sorry.
Oh okay. Oh fine.
Which
Yeah,
is
fair enough.
interesting.
Right, so that's Strahd. This is
It's interesting.
Ismark.
Oh no, I got 4.
You got 4. Okay. I mean, you're still at the bottom.
Yeah,
by the way.
it doesn't really make a difference.
And I need to do Irina as well. Irina.
I wonder if they meet. I wonder if
Ha! Dan reroll.
Oh,
Titania is an interesting name. So I wonder if that's the literal name. Hmm.
Who knows? Who knows?
something
You can obviously. Yeah. I'll wait until next time. Unless you, Dom, you can stay for another 5 minutes if you want. If you just want to talk, because obviously talking is like a free action before combat starts.
No,
Up
no,
to
I
you.
got no shit to chat.
Okay, that's fine. All right then. So we can call it there then. If you
Yep.
guys like.
Oh,
So I'll roll the walls outside of the session. So we don't have to
right.
sit here.
I'll stop it here then.